My big spoon.
I don't know, you're on the
Hey y'all.
calendar day also your big spoon.
What's up, everybody?
What you got there, Billy? Some liquid courage?
You know it. I'm running late, so a little something to grease the wheels always helps, John. Well, thank you for the recommendation. I'm making a Ferrari for Bree and I right now, which is equal parts Fernet, Bronca, and Campari. And you said you suggested a little ice, right?
Yeah, I like it chilled down. Yeah.
Who doesn't like a little bloom, right? You and I were lucky enough to try a little Mizunara cask. Help me out. Cognac.
Cognac. Yeah, that was a fun outing yesterday. So
That was a fun outing. And yet, you had yours straight, you had yours neat the whole time, right? Or did you ever end up adding a little water?
I did not, but I appreciate that process.
I really do. Yeah, I'm like a huge fan of that. While it's not that I can't handle straight alcohol because I certainly can, but something about savoring it.
A few drops in a whiskey or a cognac, it totally changes the flavor. It opens it up.
Yeah. So I appreciate that with this because I was just going to we did frozen glasses as per the instructions, and I was just going to take it just like that. Although I wasn't planning on shooting it. Is this shooter?
No, it's a sipper for digestion.
It's a before dinner aperitif at that point, right? Digestif after dinner, but this is a little mix of both in all honesty. Warms the soul right there. Feel it hitting you right in the golden notes. How are you doing?
I already had mine, so
Try a little sip of yours. Might help
I
your
was there.
allergies. I appreciate you cluing me into that.
Glad. It sounds like Bree likes it too.
I like it.
Yeah.
Glad to hear.
I agree with your description.
And I really appreciate that it's not even as Fernet in itself, delicious, super strong. Campari in itself, delicious, super strong. Huge gentian notes, or gentian notes. And yet together they're making a really pleasant combination that is not not as strong. It's kind of that nexus you and I have talked about. I feel like maybe, and this just hit me, where we've added too many bitters to something. You can hit a point with cocktails where all of a sudden you've added too many things, and everything almost negates everything else, and you have for all the things that are in it, you have a very blah drink. Bland. Right?
Sure.
You there with me?
Against that all the time. Yeah, you gotta subtract an ingredient, or sometimes you need some bitters to tie it all together. Like not bitter the flavor, but bitter's the ingredient.
Right. But then I've been to the point where you can't do more than you can do 2 bitters. And that's usually...
Yeah, at some point you just have to subtract.
Right. Yeah. At some point they all cancel one another out, and here you're stuck with the flavor brown.
Yeah. Yep. The flavor brown.
What's wrong?
Sorry, you look like you're under fluorescent lights in an office building.
Can we just shut these lights off? I thought they were supposed to be off the whole time. Or did you just turn them on?
Oh.
I planned on having those ones off. My bad. How's that?
Dark.
How's... Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's go with
Night
that.
Billy.
The other one was Office Park Billy.
Billy romantic.
Bree can control the backlights too, so if we had to, if I was too shiny. What's that look like?
Better.
We're just doing it for fun.
I think it's better.
Hit the backlights just for fun. Let's test them all now. Now we got everybody. But
That's like
too dark?
You're in a creepy kitchen, maybe. Dark.
Yeah.
No? Okay.
Go back one. Okay. Hey, so we have some. We got to start with the mailbag. We missed some photos that we meant to share last time.
Right? Yeah. Let's talk.
From our Star Wars cocktails night.
We had so much fun.
And
right?
sorry, we didn't share them live, but we can share them now.
Yeah, and we're so lucky that everybody's willing to share those with us, either on Instagram. I mean, if anybody out there ever has anything, be sure to tag us. We love sharing those with everyone else. We'd like to, if we have your permission, do this again, add them to our mailbag. So you'll have to let us know that.
Man, this whole Mr. Rogers thing's come full circle. I love it.
Was it the mailbag?
Yeah.
Hey, we're Mr. McFriendly.
But seriously, shout out to Tarts for that Baby Yoda.
Look
That
at her
was,
Yoda,
I think it was
y'all.
better than Billy's live Baby Yoda or my Baby Yoda.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
And I
Maybe,
really
maybe
like
better
her-
than the photograph. Yeah, good job.
Yeah, I love her cocktail skewers on that one.
And I will say, Billy was like, of course it needed a skewer, but I don't know where my skewers are, so I did the best I could.
You know the move. That's disrupted a lot of my organization.
I
That's,
don't know where anything is.
my ADHD
still.
brain is jacked, and we're still in transition. We're gonna be. I don't think we're gonna be settled for a hot minute. So.
It's us, we'll never be settled.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll just have new things.
All right, with that business out of the way, let's move on to some cocktails from the Canon bar book.
Let's do it. I'm so excited, John. Let's talk about
Featuring a pick by I'm Alex Laud. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for
Alex.
starting us off.
Yeah, and we're sorry that you missed Star Wars 2. If you have a chance, you can always go back and check out any of the videos that we saved on YouTube. John has been amazing in being able to transition those over from our Twitch channel. And we're working on a new way to do a simulcast stream, but that's just in the works. We'll let you know more. Tarts, thank you. Really. We love having you. And you make us feel great. Alex, we're so excited for this cocktail. Canon Bar Book, right in your alley, right? Have you gotten a chance to actually go there before they shut down for quarantine? Let us know in the comments. In the meantime, John, they're still closed. You double checked last week, right?
Actually, I met up with I am Alex Laud a week ago over the 4th of July weekend, and I tried to go to the Canon. Thankfully, the pandemic didn't shut them down. They are planning on reopening this month as restrictions lift up there in Seattle. So they're probably Seattle's best cocktail bar, and they have a book that tells you how to open your own cocktail bar, and with a real word of caution, do you really want to get into this industry? You have to really mean it. And Canon, in addition to coming up with zany cocktails, they also have a zany spirit collection, like probably more than $1 million worth of spirits on hand. And they admit this bar book that this is stupid. Don't do this at home. or in your restaurant.
Right. However,
you don't need to have that. However,
and if I say this, can you hold where you were and jump back into what you were saying?
Sure. I'm pretty much done anyway.
I was gonna say, however, one thing that I remember me just telling you yesterday is that collection kind of sort of helped save their ass, at least at the beginning of this. Not really save it didn't, but it was nice for them to have. At least gave them a little some revenue, because they started selling off some of their fantastic bottles. If I wasn't so concerned financially about my career being crushed, I wanted so badly, John, to drive up to Seattle to get some of these rare bottles that you couldn't have, and they weren't selling them for anything ridiculous either. That was my favorite part. They were being fair about the prices. Some of the things could have gone for $1,000, at auction, but instead they were like $300, $250 for this bottle, and I was like, oh, that's amazing. They still have it. So it's kind of, I think it's worked out well for them. Did we get frozen? Uh-oh.
No, we didn't get frozen. John's trying
Now I'm just helping Bree out. Okay.
He's reading out the Negronis.
Yeah.
You were a busy man bartending, weren't you?
Oh. You mean right now or last weekend?
I mean last weekend.
Yeah. I made some margaritas for a couple 4th of July parties.
Nice. And it looks like Alex got his chance to have your Negroni as well. The Negroni you like to make.
Yes. Actually, the Smith and Cross Negroni was a hit for the whole weekend. Like that got reorders, maybe from people who weren't so sure about Negronis before.
It helps. It adds such a different depth and extra layers of flavor in it. It's really cool. Bree and I are big fans of it now.
We are.
Sweet. Sweet. Glad to hear.
Glad for you turning us on to it.
But yeah. So back to Canon. Yeah, fun bar program. They got their gimmick of their bottle program, which maybe got them through the pandemic, and hopefully their legacy lives on. Shall we get into the first cocktail?
Let's do it. Yeah, I'm just almost finished with all my juicing here because I was running late. So now, ta-da! I made it. So that's perfect timing. And hey, I want to say too, John, you were talking about the fantasticness of Canon, and they're actually they're ranked within the top 50 bars in the world. And
In the world?
In the world, and have been for a while, which is, I'm not shocked. They have one of the largest cocktail lists, as well as one of the largest liquor lists in itself, and they deep dive artistically into finding fun glassware to help tell the story of the cocktail and make it so much more of an experience, which is something I love. The experience is so much more than the cocktail, and really, isn't that what it's about? Like going to a place and being able to have that connection with someone and have them create something with their hands just for you, and yeah, give you a little love right there, a little liquid love.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, they're fun.
All right, well, let's start with our Mule.
Which is a pick from our guest, Alex.
I'm Alex Live.
Alex,
thank you for this one.
I asked you offline already, but if you could give us a first-hand account, what made you choose this one? And then we'll dive in.
Oh, heck yeah, that's perfect. My ginger beer, we got our Ango. I'm still grabbing.
Billy, I got to ask you. So this one doesn't specify glassware in the book. Do I put this in a copper mug like Moscow Mule?
Only if you, well, I mean, I won't lie. That was how all the mules were created, right? Out of necessity. The story goes from three people. One that had a bunch of copper mugs they couldn't do anything with. One that had a ginger beer company that wasn't really going well, and one had a vodka company that needed a boost. And they combined their forces. But I don't believe in the glassware makes a drink for any drink, right? We're all about you're worthy of good drinks. I don't care if you're drinking it out of a mason jar. It doesn't matter. If you make the cocktail right, it's gonna taste great. If anything, a copper mug, in my opinion, is a pain in the ass to wash. So don't waste your money getting them, especially for your bar program. Holy shit. All right, so.
Okay.
In fact, now that I just said that, John, I'm putting mine in a highball glass because I think it'll look cute.
We're all about cute.
Right?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm all about cute. We don't have any extra apples, do we? Did the kids eat all the apples? Word. Look at that. We're going to make this even cuter now, John. I don't know where this came from, but that's what I'm doing.
All right.
Are you ready?
It's crafted.
Let's start going. So I don't think there's any reason. I think we can build this right in the glass if you're okay with that. Actually, let's shake it. Let's shake our lime and our layered apple brandy with our Ango. Then we'll dump that in.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna go crushed ice. What kind of ice are you gonna do?
A few big cubes.
Nice. That sounds great. Woo. Bree's about to sneeze.
If I need
cows.
If I need to crush ice, I got the rolling pin. No worries.
Oh my god, I love it. I forgot all about it. Alright, I don't even actually have anything that big, so I'm gonna use the same shaking ice that I have out of my ice maker. I think it's gonna work out great. Oh, hey John, by the by, we needed to take like 30 seconds and taste our ginger beers.
Oops, sorry, friends.
Hey-o.
Oh yeah. Now we're okay. Yeah. Before we put anything on ice, that sounds good.
Right? Yeah, we don't want anything to get too diluted. And we got these two competing ginger beers that we didn't know what we were going to do with, or which one we were going to go with, based on necessity more than anything else. By the way, I missed
Yeah, it's interesting. The book didn't specify what ginger beer to use.
So Alex said that considering the Kurt Cobain or whatever the Nirvana one was, but didn't love the ingredients.
Ooh, and you're looking up the Nirvana one right now?
Yeah, I was trying to.
They're fantastic. Thank you for your help.
Oh yeah. So this drink is named for the state that Seattle is in, Washington Mule. It's got apples in it, or rather apple spirit in it.
Right.
Kurt Cobain, Nirvana reference, that would have been cool too. But he doesn't like Mule.
Right? That is the nice part. I mean, everybody can relate to the flavors that are in a mule. And they're always going to be slightly refreshing, whether you're making it. I mean, you have lime and ginger and sugar. Like, ginger's going to give you that little bit of heat. Lime's going to add to the tanginess and brightness of the whole thing. It's a formula it's hard to beat. All right, here we go. The Pepsi challenge, if you will, the ginger challenge.
Oh, people can't see them now, so you're gonna have to move over.
Here. All of a sudden, I just felt like I like entered a Cartman Cartman Fight Club. It's a ginger challenge.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm slow apparently.
I don't know.
So the Nirvana cocktail, in case anyone's curious, is like bonded rye. I don't know what a pecan, yeah, or tea. Maraschino. There's another maraschino. Benedictine, Boker's bitters, and an orange twist.
Ooh, Boker's bitters too. Wow.
That could be hard to source.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where do we find those?
That's just
Right.
it. Boker's bitters.
Right.
Well, Alex, I'm just glad you didn't make us make their cocktail with calf brains.
Oh.
What? I haven't even got to that one yet.
I'm pretty sure it's in like the back of the book in the quote unquote rare section or extreme section.
Extreme.
That sounds like something I would do though. Really, let's be honest. I've already done a duck fat cocktail. Like I'm into whatever gets you there. Like never completes that flavor. Who gives a shit?
Man,
Provided you're willing to drink that.
Oh, this ginger! I'm gonna sneeze.
I know, mine. I
I'm excited
teared
for
up too.
ginger.
All right. I can't. I don't know if I can.
Wait, what are we choosing? Why are we choosing? What are we
Because
doing?
we have two different ones.
Oh. Can we just make it both ways and try both? Or we just try the ginger?
Oh, we could.
Ugh.
But that's a lot. That's not too much for you and I, but that's a lot for John.
Yeah. Alright.
John, don't be like us and trick yourself into feeling like you got COVID suddenly because you're sneezing.
Tartar likes how viewer choice has become like cocktail dare.
Just as long as we don't do cocktail double dare, I'm not.
Oh, I want this one. Whatever this stronger one is.
Oh, cock and bull. That one's stronger to you?
Yeah. That's good COVID.
Maybe.
It kind of tasted the same to me.
It can kind of taste the same
Yeah,
to me
okay,
too.
so
That's
this one
really
I can
funny.
taste more.
Really?
I mean, well, I just took a second sip.
It's harsher. I feel like the
That
fever
one's
tree's
subtler.
a little harsher. Oh, it's subtle?
It's like, it hits me in the back. That one reminds me more of what you call it.
It's more effervescent. It makes fever tree make me sneeze more though.
I think I've gotten a sneeze from both of them. Equally sneezy.
What's our sneeze meter, John?
That's how we judge our drinks. Yeah, well, I'm happy with both of these. Good brands.
All right.
I've had- yeah.
Sorry, I totally cut you off. My bad.
No,
very excited.
I don't know how to choose.
Well, so
I
we
feel
can-
like I like the fever tree, but it is a little more medicinal, and I think that's why I like it. But so like viewers' choice wise, I'll say it's probably going to be easier and more likable with the cock and bull.
I say you pick one and John picks one.
It's hard for us. All right, John, you okay with that? I feel like that defeated our purpose. How about I make 2?
All right, you make 2. John make you pick.
And John, you pick.
Flip a coin, John.
Oh, and John, you want to just do cock and bull?
Okay.
And your second one can be.
Yeah, I can reseal this one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the fever tree actually has a chance to.
Wow.
Or you got that cork still, right?
Well, look at he's doing it.
Hey-oh. Oh my God, he's already there.
Wow.
Look at. Did you? What level are you at now?
I
I'm
know.
just-
Seriously, I feel like John's no longer.
Level 11. I'm just.
Bar back level 11.
He's like gonna lose his Padawan.
All right, so I
beads.
need another glass.
He's no longer a Padawan.
Your Padawan beads.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just got done watching because we're doing the whole canon, right, John? As you know, of Star Wars for our
Star
kids, or with our youngest, because she has the opportunity to do it. And we just got through the Clone Wars where Ahsoka was kicked out of the Jedi Order and then asked to come back, and she was like, "Deuces,
Jeez.
I'm not gonna play with that bullshit anymore."
Hmm.
Yeah, so we got that on the brain. It's kind of fun too because the kids were really like, "Hell no, she shouldn't go back." And I was like, "Nice, we're doing an okay job."
Love those life measures.
Right?
Parenting. Okay.
All right, shall we get into the... Okay, so we've got our
We got our
things
layers.
decided. We're going to shake the...
Oh, sorry.
We're going to shake this. Okay. I'm just catching up.
My bad. We better shake it, right? Might as well. We
Yep.
got that lime juice. There's a good reason. Might as well do that.
What's in the shaker already?
It's nothing yet.
Oh, sweet.
So I was gonna start with the Laird's apple brandy.
You are gonna
Sorry.
start with the more expensive stuff.
I am today.
Breaking your rules.
Well, because it's about apples, and I wanted to make sure that I talked about how, brought up the fact that we were just talking about how apples were like, and brandy from the apples was like the second alcohol source created here in the New World, quote unquote, the New World in the Americas. John, like you and I were just talking about yesterday, rum was the first. Apple brandy or apple jack.
That was news.
the
That was
second.
news to me. I love rum, and I had no idea that it was sort of American centric. That's interesting.
I didn't either. But apparently, like everything else in every place in the world, it's born out of something fantastic is born out of necessity, and usually like the worst parts of not life, but the lesser undesirable things of the world or cast-offs of the rich, and it was so
Right.
rum started because
Rich are importing sugar cane or want to grow sugar cane in the South, and they got all these molasses from the sugar cane
yeah.
from refining it into sugar. So what do you do with the molasses?
And then the rich want to reclaim it.
You just want to throw it out, right? You don't want to throw it. Yeah, exactly. They were like, we can make money off this? Never mind. Well, no, actually, it was King George that blocked, or not King George. It was like 20 years after the Revolution, where they started blocking, having another blockade. Oh, the War of 1812. They started blockading any of the molasses from any of the extra molasses that was then coming in from the Caribbean as well. Once the ingenuity created the rum, they started realizing they could get cheap cast-offs from all the Caribbean islands as well. Then the king found out that's how they were making money, and he was like, no way, I'm gonna make money off that instead. I'm gonna cut it off, and then I'll fight him. That never works out, I guess. Alright, so since I'm doubling this for Bree and I, I'm actually taking 1 ounce of lime juice. But this cocktail just calls for a ½ ounce of lime juice at a time. Again, doubling up. So let's go to our Angostura next. John, you ready for your bitters?
Yeah. So Canon calls for 3 dashes, or I'll double that from my tiny dasher here.
All right, you ready to get going? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make sure you actually get that swing. Kind of give yourself a little bubble to get it going. As you can see, I'm out of practice, so I missed. But if you get 1 good, 1 more won't hurt us. Solid dip down. There's your nice big dash for you. And that's actually only about half the size of the normal Ango dash. Using those dasher darts from Cocktail Kingdom, which I'm a fan of. All we're gonna do now is we're gonna shake this up. We're going to strain it into our glasses, and we're gonna top it with some ginger beer. Don't forget our lime wheel, and then a little bit of fun apple garnish. All right, grab your ice. Ooh, I need mucho más ice. I need way more. All right. I got a. I forgot that I can't use the glasses as well. All right, I'm gonna only go halfway up. There we go. Make sure you get a nice, good seal with a pop. Smack it down with the palm of your hand. Nice and sealed in there, and get your shake. Again, we're gonna go up, back, down, back. Something like that. Back and forth is the main thing, but what we're trying to do is rather than smash here and smash here, we're trying to get it a little bit rounded in there. Integrate. Now, I don't have any of my strainers. I got a double. Let's see. Nope, they're still in my bag from the party. But you know what? I don't know what we were doing.
Where's your bag?
I've had this one for like 20 years.
Yeah. That's as old as me. I mean, in your life.
Right? That's true. You got it for me.
I did?
Didn't you?
Oh, I don't think you had that one.
Did I? Maybe I just got it. Oh yeah, it was on the bar we built. I had a bar in my house in college, John.
You would.
Of course, right? It was so fun. I took like shattered mirror and made a rad mosaic that I totally loved on the back end of it. I went through and tea stained this, like repainted and tea stained this entire house. I was super into design for a while.
Yeah, my first impression of Billy was his bathroom. I was like, holy shit, this is Nancy's bathroom.
I made a jungle bathroom. So I guess I've always been like this way, kind of. Just, yeah. What are you laughing about?
When you turned the sink on, I was thinking of your bathroom. I used to remember whenever you used to always turn your sink on.
Yeah,
I totally forgot about
I
that.
did too, actually. Some strange habits. All right, so we got them. Look at that, pretty even too, John. Halfway up.
Nice.
I'm gonna go. Do you already get your ginger beer in there?
No.
Oh my.
Not yet.
Good
That's right.
Lord, sir, you're gonna need a bigger cup. We're gonna need a bigger boat. It says 3 ounces. I went 4, if you couldn't tell. These are 10-ounce glasses, as everybody could see. Well, actually, I bet I only went 3 because of the ice, but we were about
John.
a sixth of the way up.
That was only 1 ounce.
Dun dun dun.
That was 2 ounces.
Oh, there he goes. There, he got it.
He got it. He got it. He got it.
To the tippy top.
Yeah.
Ooh, like a glove. What are you doing with the apple?
Speaking of gloves,
What?
I was gonna say, you know what? I haven't heard about OJ in a while. I don't know why.
Where is OJ? Is he in jail?
No, I don't think so. I don't
He
know.
got out for like the art stuff. I thought he was in jail for the art stuff.
Oh yeah, because he stole back his Heisman.
Whatever. Yeah. There's like other art too. I don't know. I'm not an expert.
All right. Yeah, who could be? People are conundrums. All right, so I got my limes, John, but for now, just for a pure salute to Washington,
The state of Washington.
the state, or George.
Well,
He grew a lot of apples, I guess.
did he?
Is that
this
problematic?
was
Sorry.
this was George Washington's favorite brandy,
This was George Washington's favorite brandy. That's why he actually used. Thank you, John.
and the state is named after him. So
He made sure that he actually had it in his contracts that all his troops would be consistently supplied. And in fact, they say that's how he won his election, John. Up until Prohibition, every on election day, they used to have huge parties, which again, way more people would fucking vote if they did this. But back before Prohibition, on election day, the politicians would basically open up beer halls or drinking spaces to get people to flock into, and then before the polls opened, and then they would go to the polls and do their voting after they were like sloshed and kind of like enamored with whatever person they had just had a good time drinking with. It's kind of where the term somebody I could have a beer with, I think, had its origins. Make sense? It's kind of
how
weird.
about that?
All right, so I just couldn't help it. Sometimes I want some nerdy like extraness, and this is that. Here, it's really easy just to add a little bit more fun to this one. I feel like. Oh, here we're gonna go this way. Dig it? Thanks. I don't know why. The more we thought about it, I know I'm dragging the show and all, but. It's cute, right? So everybody, what I did was I just made sure, and usually it's going to be a faster cut, to go ahead and cut right along the outside of your apple, away from the center, which I forgot to do, and then lay it flat, and you're just going to do tiny thin slices as much as you can, but make sure you're going to go across the whole apple. So you probably want to make at least 2 of these drinks. And as you're going across the whole thing, you can always eat the rest too, you don't have to. You're gonna find like a little nice nexus somewhere in there. Is this a good point? Is this a good angle? In there, where they're just gonna kind of be able to fan out a little bit, and you'll find a good little 4 to 6 that you want to look sharp. Check that out. I can already see the ones that I would want to pick for this one. Y'all see them? It's these 4 right here. Just saying. All right, so let's drink. Sorry, John, my brain's in that mode now, like trying to make sure to make things just as fun and exciting as we can.
Drinking?
Hey, sight is a big portion of this job,
Right?
of food and drink.
All right, sir. Cheers.
Cheers.
3
What did I
cheers. Oh, you got the one you didn't want. Figures.
Ooh.
I'll trade
Oh. Oh. That's so good.
you. I like that way better than a Moscow Mule.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Yeah. And I'm a fan of Dark and Stormy's, which is essentially a rum mule. And what's the other popular one? I don't know, Kentucky Mule
Yes.
with
Sorry.
bourbon, right?
Yeah, Kentucky Mule with bourbon.
This is so cool. I would never have thought of this. It's nice, appley, sweet.
Did you use the coffee bowl or the other one?
Cock and bull.
Is that what this is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
like it?
better.
I know. I get it. I'm having mine too, and I'm back to like Fever Tree is a little bit more like a little more medicinal or caustic or cleaning.
This one.
But
Yeah.
like,
Really? Now you taste a difference between the two drinks just from the ginger beer?
well, I kind of tasted the difference
I
just
tasted it
before when we were talking about it, but I kind of liked the burn that I was getting from the Fever Tree better, and I still kind of do.
I like.
However, it has that difference of like,
I taste the apple more in this.
yeah, I'm with you on that. It's this one's a little, the Cock and Bull's a little more rounded. I wonder if it's because it's kind of like a soda here with the ginger beer soda as opposed to like
Ginger.
seltzer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Fever Tree's like tonic-y seltzer in a way, so it's like a little bit more like ginger added to that. I don't know.
I like it.
I still like them both as well, but I do taste the difference, especially now. John, are you
Wow.
digging it all?
Oh, I love this. Another night I'm gonna remake it with the Fever Tree.
Tomorrow.
This is great. Tomorrow 9 a.m. What are you doing?
Right, yeah, exactly.
I don't think the apple's overpowering at all, though. Alex asked about the apple being. It's not overpowering the apple.
No, not at all.
Yeah. When I say it's not a sweet drink, it's the whatever spirit you're used to tasting in this mule, whether it's vodka or whiskey or bourbon, or rum. I'm not saying that the whole drink is sweet, but just that portion that's got that appley sweetness to it. But the drink as a whole is still very much mule. It's very tart and refreshing. It's great.
Very refreshing.
Mm. The book calls for the lime wedge, and you went above and beyond. What do you think about me squeezing the lime in there now? Guests do that all the time when they got the lime wedge, right?
Already done it.
Yeah.
I'm there.
I'm gonna do it now too, John. We'll do it together.
Do it. So, John, the wedges aren't there. I mean, they're there to help you adjust to your taste. Remember, like, we put those on there to kind of help for the garnish, but we could put something green on there that's cheaper and easier kind of to prep in a way. So there's a purpose for it as well. Part of it's olfactory, so you have your first couple of sips and but also, like, people have different tastes. So some people want it a little more dry or a little more tart, and then you have your chance to adjust it from there.
I just like whatever squeezing I did. I just like what it does on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm really happy that I did it too.
Fresh. What is that? Fresh? What oil from the peel? You think?
Oh, 100%. Right there on the nose. It's
we didn't
only
take a peel into this.
the juice isn't going to be so much on the nose, but yeah, it's that oil that's hitting your nose. The juice
Oh, that's
though
awesome.
then finishes and gives you that cleaner like burst at the beginning, which I really like. Hello everyone, how are you? Loriander, good to see you. Loriander, I'm so glad you're here. If you don't make it to after hours, the first thing you have to know is we are having Carlsberg Elephant for our after hours beer tonight, along with a shot of Fernet. So if you can stay up a little bit later, we know you want to talk about it with us.
Yeah.
That's very late for Loriander, but
Very late.
yeah.
Just getting off work, or did you actually have the night off and having a party night tonight, Loriander?
Or are you at work?
Oh, touche. That's happened a couple times as well. Now, who said I dig it with the tart lime too? Was that Tart Tarts? My chat got stacked a little bit.
But Target just said she didn't notice the apple that much. It's pretty tart from the lime.
Oh, there we go. I dig it.
Yeah, earlier I was just agreeing with Targ Tarts because I think I may have misspoke that the drink as a whole is sweet, but it's a different spirit.
Good practice.
Oh, and Alex will back me up on elephant beer. Yeah, we got it. We got it for tonight.
Alex, I didn't know you were joining us. Get the fuck out of here. That's awesome.
Alex is here.
What?
Alex has been here. Or he's joining us with elephant beer.
With
too.
elephant beer.
Ah.
I didn't know the elephant beer part. Yes. I've been
Alex has
here.
been here.
I'm aware
I
of
was
that.
like, wait a minute, Billy.
Oh yeah. Well, he knows that my dad loves it, and I think because my dad loves it, he tried elephant. So we got a little elephant club going here.
Sweet. Billy
Please.
and I each had one last night, and I did not remember it tasting like that. It was delicious.
What? It's a remarkable beer.
But I would call
and
it
I noticed.
now. But when I had it the first time, I thought it was a lot.
Oh, it was the heaviest beer we had
Yeah.
had so far. When I had the first time I had it, I was like, wow, what did they put extra alcohol into this beer? I was used to Keystone at that point. Lloyd,
It is very strong for a European beer.
right.
7.2%.
No, but I'm sorry. Maybe I misspoke as well. I was thinking that with the original Carlsberg, not the Elephant.
Oh.
The Elephant is it's the big brother with the extra alcohol and extra flavor. But this was just a regular Carlsberg Pilsner that I was like, wow, whew, they really like a lot of flavor. And now I drink it. Now Bree and I were having it, we're like, wow, it's got a lot of layers, but it's really light for a Pilsner. You know, like we drank it really fast.
John, do you want to share your story, or do you want to save it for later? I heard about your experience.
What? Say again?
I heard about your experience drinking it, but I think we should save it for later.
Oh, okay, sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
All right, stay tuned. Yeah. Ooh, nice teaser. Kinderlift.
And Kinderlift's here.
What's up, buddy? Nice to see you. And thank you. Yeah, the new pad's working out really well. Great for filming. Great for lighting. We lucked out. We like stumbled on it like John stumbled upon his beautiful friggin' like made for TV background. Look at his bar. It's insane.
Yeah, I'm sure. I live in an apartment building. I'm sure a lot of apartments look like this, and I suspect this is supposed to be used for plates or cups or something. Not me.
Yeah, exactly.
Something practical.
Silly folks.
And now I have no room for actual
Shelves are for booze.
cutlery, silverware, cups, plates.
So I eat off of paper plates constantly.
Yeah.
Loriander, thank you for joining us from work. Again, that's awesome. Say a prayer for me anyway. I'll be driving that bus to hell, so there's lots of prayers I'll need. But Kinderlift, I love that you're here. Are you checking it out? We got it spinning. As always, we want to thank you for our great display spinner and being our #1 fan and our #1 support team. Right? A support team? Does that sound like I was at a crisis center and he helped
I'd
get
like
me
to
out?
personally thank Kinderlift for being a champion of our family this week and for all your support.
I know I was trying to be like yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that was perfect. That was great. No, I was trying to be DL, but that was a great way to say it. Hope you love that because we do for real. It's been awesome.
And yes, the mustache needs to be discussed.
Wait, where did I miss the mustache? Oh
John.
my goodness, that's I didn't see the comment yet. It wasn't there. Okay, yeah.
All right, hold on, everyone. Get ready. Appreciate John's mustache.
I feel like all right. We discussed it now. The elephant in the room.
Oh my God!
All right.
All of a sudden, the elephant on my face, and then that just took a whole different turn in this brain of mine. Steak? No, I didn't say steak. Mistake.
Oh, that was good.
All right, now it's a Twitch stream. Thank you, Kinderlift.
Hey-o!
Those emojis are amazing.
Those are awesome. I am too old to know how to even find those. It's fucking awful. You should see me trying to find a smiley face, a yellow smiley face that just fits what I'm trying to get on.
Yeah, I know.
Somebody else has got like something that like actually weeping emoji, and I'm like, I don't even know how they found that. What did you put in? My soul is crying, and you instantly got what you needed?
I'm not mastered the Twitch emoji yet.
No, I mean, can't even get it on my phone. God damn, you can't feel any older.
So how y'all doing on the drinks over there?
I'm almost done.
I'm not even halfway.
He's gonna be slow.
Oh, I destroyed mine. That was so refreshing.
Well done.
Thank you, Alex, a lot for choosing
Yes,
that.
Thank you, Alex. You had a wider mouth glass. I will preach to the day I die that is the sign of an easy gulper.
Because you can just like get a why though?
It's the same reason why I drink straight alcohol, no matter what proof, for the most part, in like a wide mouth, like a double bucket or a double rocks glass. So we call it a bucket. You have an aeration as you're drinking and just some sort of difference that I can tip back a whole glass. You could put 4 ounces and I could tip back 4 ounces
So like
of
the way it
tequila
fits
that
on your
way.
face when you're like drinking it though?
Yeah, it's because the way it hits on your lips, the way it actually like envelops your mouth and opens. for something to like fall. I swear to God, I'm not like for something to like fall down, as opposed to you're puckering your lips to try and like suck, and then usually block something in a glass like this. Alex, we loved it. It was one of the best things that we've started doing, having all of you join in and help us pick one of these cocktails. It has helped renew it's helped renew at least my own excitement for exploring some of these books and finding things that I totally looked over. There is yet to be one cocktail that anyone has picked that I saw and thought, I either want to make that or I recognize it, and that has been really, really cool. It's really helped me. John, what about you? What do you think about it?
Yeah, absolutely. Getting out of my comfort zone of what I would normally choose. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and it's a nice reminder of like what a simple difference, like this particular cocktail, I will say, just because it's in my hand, what a simple difference, a simple substitution can do to envelop something more in a cocktail. It's a name change and one ingredient change, and it denotes apple, you know what I mean? It brings you to where...
I like this way better than our normal mule.
Yeah.
Much better. Like, I would
well, in a Moscow Mule, what do you really think of when you, like, I don't even think of ginger but anyway.
Yeah.
But like, the Washington, you can taste the apple and actually taste something. I don't taste like Moscow streets and vodka. No. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't taste Moscow.
What do they have in Moscow again? Streets.
Right, streets. I mean, or like borscht. I don't know. Like all the things. Russia is a a huge place with a lot of culture, and I'm not gonna. I think it's all amazing. But at the same time, I guess I can denote, like I can hear apple, and then also, yeah.
Well, like apple and ginger are just delicious together.
They always are. It's a nice reminder. Just like John, I was gonna bring up. I was trying to transition, but I got stuck on the Moscow streets thing. That it's kind of like your Negroni riff. That you like your favorite Negroni riff that we were talking about earlier in the show.
Replacing gin with Jamaican rum.
Thank you. Yeah. And specifically
one ingredient.
Cross. Right.
Yeah.
And how it changes the depth and the richness. It changes how the orange interacts with the entire thing as well. Having no juniper to dry out that orange peel makes the orange juicier in that Negroni riff. And that's like just a couple of light, fascinating things that like you did that you get by just changing that one simple ingredient. And it would be totally different if you did it with white rum as well, right? You'd have a completely different set of notes than you did with Jamaican rum.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm done preaching and done enough with my drink. So, what do you think? Should we get on to the next one? Have I dragged this?
Yeah. We got roughly an hour left for 2 drinks before we transition to after hours.
Whammo. There I go, talking too much. All right, well.
We started late, so you guys gotta catch up.
Okay, that's good. Thank you for that. Look at that, nice still have apple to eat. I mean, don't forget, we're in Oregon, so we have to
if that stays.
Right,
John just said, I heard that, sir. All right.
All right, y'all.
John, this is your choice.
All right.
This is your pick. I want you, please explain this. Take the wheel.
All right, the Elvis Ziggurat. The point in the book, it says nothing about the name or the build of the drink. Just it's the book introduces cachaça, a Brazilian white rum, and it kind of talks about that. And I don't understand the reference in the name here. Did Elvis like he had a famous peanut butter and banana sandwich or something? He has sort of banana bread pudding or something attributed to him. I don't know. And Ziggurat, a biblical temple. I don't know.
I had no idea what it was.
this name just sounded so bizarre, and it had two ingredients that I really wanted that we hadn't done on the stream, and I was excited to find it for some drink, cachaça. It's kind of like Martinique rum, a little bit grassier than your traditional, really popular white rum. And sherry. We haven't used sherry on the show, and it says 2 sherries in it.
No, and I wish Tim was here. I forgot to tell him.
Like
of all people to miss this show.
Yeah, he is kind of like slipping me some drinks with sherry. He's like, have you ever just tried sherry? And he like ordered me to go to some other bar that I wasn't, some other bars that this place will do a flight of sherries and you'll learn.
You
he's a
even
great educator on sherry.
Sir, you just enunciated like Tim. That was pretty fantastic. I appreciate that because I do that when I talk in other people's voices. But like, that was pretty excellent. We actually we're gonna have to send him this clip of this.
We'll send him this clip, and then we're gonna get him on the show. He's gonna be our.
He's gonna be our first call in. Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta have him on the show.
I can't wait. I'm gonna talk to him tomorrow. So.
Cool. Yeah, all right. So onward with this drink, huh?
So yeah, hey, by the way, let's take a second. Tarts, hell yes. Elvis did like banana pudding. Can I say the other thing that Elvis liked? Peanut butter, banana, and bacon sandwiches apparently was like the thing.
I think that was like a post hoc.
Was that a post hoc?
I think it was just peanut butter and banana.
He died on a toilet. I'm pretty sure peanut butter, bacon, and banana sandwich. Yeah, I'm pretty sure bacon was involved because I'm gonna die on a toilet too. So I'm like,
please though.
I know. It's okay.
Well, we're not gonna.
I'll be long gone.
You might die on that.
I might die in the middle of Westridge Mall. You never know. Town Center? I think is that Bridgeport Village. Yeah, there we go. Even better. But anyway, we won't go there. Thanks.
Maybe in after hours.
Oh, great.
Stay tuned.
She can't wait. John, let's make this drink. I don't know what the fuck's going on over here. The cachaça that you wanted to use, we got 2 cachaças here. You got some glassware ready to do another Pepsi challenge? I already know which one we're gonna go with, but we should talk about it real quick.
One other thing about this drink that the bar book specifies. Hold on, I have it up here. Shake and strain into a sherbet glass filled with ice. So it's a tower-like structure. Is that why they went with ziggurat? I don't know.
That's a good tie-in there, though. I wasn't.
Anyway, I'm gonna use. I hope this fits the whole thing.
Why not have mine at the ready? You know, my little crystal ice cream glass maker?
No.
I moved it in.
Alright.
You know what?
Well, Lily, wait. Let's see. Tarts. She shared a picture of her.
John, how's that work? It's not what I had in mind, but that's what I'm gonna have to work with. I actually had the glass that it called for, but I've gotten lucky enough to get some new glassware donated to the show, and I've mixed them up, so I don't have the little glass that you're calling for. But I think I'm gonna try and remake it for this week, and we'll re-put it. We'll post a picture on Instagram in the glass that John and I were both talking about. This drink actually calling for.
I like the one you're using. That's kind of what I pictured. But okay, yeah, we'll get another one up. But that's a cool photo, and this is the closest thing I got.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Should be fun.
How far up does it go? Can you touch the rim? I'm having a hard time seeing the top with your. Thank you. Okay. Wow.
Should be fun.
Heck yeah, that's gorgeous. Where'd you get that from?
That was a gift from a friend. I only have one.
Pretty.
So good glasses, so you always only have one. I get it. I get it. The special ones. I only have one of these.
I used to be like I need at least 2 of something. Ideally, 3 to 4.
Right.
I hate a lot of one-off mugs and stuff, but coupes, I'm kind of addicted to just one-offs.
I'm like that with like glassware in general and sake glasses,
Yeah, I was gonna say
especially.
sake glasses. I love
Sake cups
the
especially,
eclectic sake
like
cups.
okachos, tokaris. Yeah,
I love when there's like a bunch, like when they bring them out and you get to choose one. It's my favorite part.
I love doing that at Afuri. That was a fun. If you have the time to provide that service, I'm very curious. I don't think they can do that right now.
Well, probably not.
Oh, with COVID, I bet they had to eliminate that. John, what do you think?
COVID ruins everything.
Which surface?
The filling of an okacho and you pick your tokari. Or wait, did
Your
I
glassware.
Your
Yeah.
glassware, yeah. You pick your little sake
Oh.
cup. Remember how we did that
Yeah.
on Afuri?
Right. Maybe that's back starting this month.
Maybe. Although I drove by Afuri last night on my way home from work, and from my way home from helping these friends out, and they have plexiglass surrounding the entire bar and have signs up on it.
Right. I tried sitting at the bar during the pandemic, and that was a no-go.
Yeah, so they must have to keep that, which it makes sense to me thinking about the idea of like the way we set up bars and the way people could, I suppose, if you had your ice too exposed or different things like that, like garnishes or different things like that up on the bar, they could be exposed to stuff. Is that you think?
No.
Although transmission isn't really found to be.
Like
happening
my
that way.
transmission is low.
All right, John, let's get to this because there I go talking again, and we're 3 minutes down.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about these cachaças because obviously I need another drink.
4-4.
No, these are like quarter pours. These are quarter-ounce pours. But the two cachaças that we're going to be talking about tonight, specifically, the reason I want to bring them up and take a moment to give each one of them their own space is they're really different. Based on not necessarily the product of how they were created, because cachaça needs to be created the same way. But one is Cachaça 51, a very affordable cachaça, something that I have no problem being able to use behind
Can you show us that
a
bottle?
restaurant bar. Thanks, John. Sorry about that. I was like, wait, it'll come back. No, let's just show everybody right here. Bree, can you give me a? I don't know if you're already on hands or
Can you
not.
bring the 51 a little bit closer?
Closer there.
No, like start closer to me.
Oh,
Push it my way. There you go. Push the other one a little bit.
nice.
Make them hug. There you go.
Oh, they're smooching the glass. So Cachaça 51 is. Let's talk about these as being like rums. They are made from sugarcane, but they are made from sugarcane juice. But the reason we're talking about those, I guess it's about anything, rums or tequilas in this particular sense. And this is going to be not barrel aged. It's 51%. It's a nice strong flavor. It's got everything. Fantastic notes that most cachaças have coming through them for a nice clean, and I think of it as being like the Bacardi silver of rums. Does that make sense, John? Without me, is that oversimplifying it or?
I mean, if you've never had a Martinique rum, if you've ever had one of those, like it's pretty close to that.
Right, the grassiness and the
Yeah.
tang.
But in the world of Brazilian rums, yeah, it's like the silver rum.
And this,
Yeah.
what would you say, Nova Fogo? I want to say it's the barrel aged version because it is barrel aged.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a gold. I wouldn't compare it to a gold rum. I'd compare it to something a little bit deeper and richer than
Correct. Actually, maybe a better, even though these are, sugarcane based, so it's the obvious comparison is rum, but maybe it's more like tequila going from blanco to añejo.
Thank you. Yeah.
or reposado in between those two.
Reposado. Yeah, I think it's like a richer reposado. Does that make sense? Because reposado's a 6-month reposado, so silver tequila, not barrel aged at all, and almost always they're going to be done in steel or copper as far as the distillation goes. But silver tequila, not at all barrel aged. Reposado, which is the area that I end up at least starting in, and this is mainly because it's the money, is 6 months to 1 year of barrel aging, and then you can go 1 to 15 years of añejo. I would even argue that like reposados can go to like 6 months to a year and a half, or I've even seen a little bit lighter, like 2-year tequilas. But like once you start getting 3 like really heavy añejos, it's almost, the reason I was going there, John, is I kept thinking of like Solera rum that's like really rich, and how we have like all those depths. But I'm with you on the tequila portion of that. All right, so let's get tasting. So I have Cachaça 51. And we have the Novo Fogo, which was a favorite of ours from Raven and Rose. Thank you, David Chanel, for turning me onto that. I got to learn a lot from his
What are you guys tasting?
Cachaça.
Bree, have some too.
So unaged, again, I'm back to John, I'm with you. Martinique rum to tequila, it's literally like falls in that in between, I feel like.
Very
Because of the dryness of it. Am I wrong? Or is Martinique rum, man, I'm less, you are my rum compass. Thanks.
I like this.
Yeah.
Let me try the other one.
Nice and grassy. Stop it.
I'm gonna add a Martinique rum to the deal.
Hey,
Just to-
Wait, you think it tastes
Hey.
like Martinique rum, or it's like Martinique rum to something else? Are we like ratioing, or?
I thought it did taste like it, but let me.
John, way to put your money where your mouth is, really. No, seriously.
Oh wow! Oh no, they are distinct. What is the difference? They're similar, but what is that difference?
This one's way grassier.
The Novo Fogo.
This tastes super grassy. Like, all I taste is grass.
Oh, I taste.
Well,
I
like
taste a little bit of
butterscotch.
a little bit of caramel or butterscotch
Yeah.
and vanilla.
But like when
I breathe out vanilla,
Yes, I breathe out vanilla too.
but which is the barrel aging. But you taste grassy on the more
Yeah, like,
grassy on the
taste
front
it.
end than
Like, just like don't think about what it tastes like. Just I taste grass.
Oh.
I
It's
love
the
more,
ta-
like,
it's
grassy
the twang.
cheese than
Yeah, the
cheese.
tang. You do eat more grassy cheese.
Taste the grass.
100%. You eat way more.
I
goat.
love that.
I don't appreciate goat
I know.
cheese for
I
that
would
very
drink.
reason. 'Cause
I would drink that by itself.
Which one?
The
Novo Fogo.
Novo Fogo.
The barrel aged. Yeah. It. And there it gets it kind of gets these like tequila reposado or tequila añejo, and then a little bit of the Jamaican funk, like a Smith and Cross.
A little.
I would drink it by itself, and I think that's why I made one of my favorite.
How expensive is this?
One of my
It's
favorite
more expensive
daiquiris.
tequila.
Damn.
One of my favorite daiquiris was a split Novo Fogo and Smith and Cross.
Who did that for you?
Noah. your
Noah!
Former teammate. Shout out to Noah.
Hey, shout out to Noah, who is bartending on friggin' on the mountain, on Mount Hood.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he bought himself a camper, bought himself a truck. I already asked, he said we can come down anytime and see him.
Let's do it.
I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for a car that'll get us there a little bit better and won't put me in a
This is delicious.
body cast after sitting in our old Accord forever.
Yeah,
Hey,
true.
hey, John, there's a shipping issue in the world. Did you know that? It's come up in everyday life, literally.
Literally.
Okay, don't touch it. It's all right.
What's the punchline?
No punchline.
No, that's-
He's
no punchline.
just sad about the the state of affairs about that little barge that screwed everybody's life up.
No, it's not about the barge, really. It's about
Well, it's
like
partially about
we have
the
a
barge
silicon
and COVID.
shortage and like
Yeah.
lots of things. But yeah,
Sure.
we have chips
So-
and lots of things come up. But anyway, I digress.
So-
Let's make some drinks.
So what are we going to use in this drink? I think it's a
Um,
tough call. They're both delicious bits of product. Yeah, these two cachaças.
So, can I make can I make an argument? And I am up. We are a panel of 3 here at this point. Can't fight it. I'm just kidding.
Sorry, I want to shut up.
I'm just joking. You weren't supposed to. I thought it was funnier to say it that way. But I want to make the point that while I think that we all like lean towards Nova Fogo for the cachaça for this because we like it better by itself, I don't think that means that that automatically makes it the right cachaça.
Yeah.
Does that make
What
sense?
else is in this drink?
Yeah. Like it's kind of like how I would rather sip a añejo tequila by itself, like no additives, but a blanco tequila will cut through all the other ingredients,
Right.
even if it tastes less refined by itself.
Much more harsh, which always you and I had that discussion because I always thought that was super cute and funny with all the new drinkers that within the restaurant business I work with a lot of like 19 to 21-year-olds, right? So and beyond obviously too. I've been doing this for a hot minute, but within that and they always had this idea that like, oh, I'm gonna start with silver tequila, it's so much smoother than the rest. And you're like, it's not. It's not smoother than the rest. It might be more approachable, less flavor for you, or you think it. But if you actually, I would have this like thing where I'd give them each a little taste and have them taste it side by side. And inevitably, if I mixed them up, John, and they didn't know which one was which, they actually would always not choose the silver for being the better flavor. But logically, they couldn't go back. They couldn't. No one could ever like undo their choice. Does that make sense? Anyway.
People dig in, double down.
Right, exactly. They were just like, "Oh yeah, you're right. This one's way more smooth. Which one is that?" And you're like, "Well, that's a reposado, in fact." And they'd be like, "Oh, okay." And then the next time they ordered a drink, "Do you want a reposado?" Because you're like, "Oh no, I better do silver. I'm gonna stick with that one." All right. So with that being said, what do you two choose? What are your 2 votes for the rest of this? Because I know we're using honey, we're using banana, we are using heavy cream, and we are also using PX Sherry and Oloroso, which vanilla heavy notes.
So many things. Yeah, I'm inclined to go for the cheaper ingredient. I mean, that's probably what they used at Canon, something like Cachaça 51.
Yeah.
And I would repeat maybe strength night, but I kind of just want you to make 2. Because something about like the cream and the carameliness and the.
All right, John, I'm making 2, I guess. John, did you read how
Let's
to
go.
make this drink?
Add
I'm
all the
just gonna shake
ingredients to a shaker, fill with ice, shake it, add to a sherbet glass filled with ice.
Solid. Okay, perfect.
Garnish with banana dusted in nutmeg.
Oh, that's right. I did read it with you with the banana and nutmeg, but I just wasn't sure if it had a distinction for shaken or not. Of course, it's got to be shaken. What kind of idiot am I? All right, so back to this. I need for another glass. I'm gonna need to have that yellow, almost claw-footed cup, pimp cup. That's kind of like this one. Man, I'm glad I went for the light flavor, the light alcohol tonight. That's the one. To finish us off.
Maybe we have one more drink too.
Yeah, that's what I said. To finish us off.
You don't
with
have to
the
bring
one
one
more
of
drink.
those.
All right, so you got the this one's yours with the Nova Fogo.
Okay.
Solid.
Solid.
All right, so we need our. And I'm totally going backwards. I'm like breaking all the rules tonight, John, because I'm going with my most expensive ingredient. I'm like straight
We do it as
following
written.
the
We can-
list.
Make it easy to follow along. half ounce of heavy cream. Looks like that's what you
Doing
did
a
there.
half ounce of heavy cream now. I did 1.5 ounces of cachaça. That heavy cream's just sitting there. I'm gonna try and integrate it just a little bit to make sure nothing curdles on top. Just give them a stir because I didn't start with the right things at the right time. Let's put that cachaça 51 back on and let's move to our banana. So we're doing the banana liqueur Banane do Brasil, part of my namesake tonight. It is.
And my
Did you see
shirt's
our,
sake.
Oh, yeah.
our avatar and your shirt's sake.
Ooh,
Hey,
yeah.
by the way, I love how you wore a tie tonight, and I just wanted to wear a tie tonight too. I was like, oh, I forgot to ask John. You know what? I just feel right wearing a tie this evening, and you're there. I'm impressed, sir. We got some simpatico brainwaves going on.
Gotta level up as a bar back.
We're all right. So we're gonna do a half ounce of that banana, and we're using Jaffard's, a really fantastic example. You can get liqueurs from De Kuyper to Monarch. Monarch is our local sweet liqueur company, John. I don't know if you know, out of Hood River, and they have a great product. The more expensive and usually more refined product, Jaffard is that version of it. Combier is the other. Combier is the other kind of higher end fruit flavored liqueurs that we use, and usually they use real fruit. That's why we actually use them rather than extract or flavoring.
Thanks for coming by, Alex.
Alex, have a great dinner. We'll see you soon. Please pick another cocktail for us again. We'd love to have you. All right, so let's get to the honey syrup, John. We're gonna do our 3-to-1, and I'm using a new Wildflower local honey. Forgot the name of the honey company. Who should say it?
I don't know. I'll look it up.
Were you gonna look it up?
Yeah.
I think it's in the closet.
That's what I meant.
Oh,
I'm gonna go in the closet.
nice. You're so good. All right, now I got my sherry in the fridge, John, because that's where it belongs until we're using it. Oh yeah, we're doing
Yes.
Oregon Growers Wildflower honey. Our 3-to-1 ratio that we've been using for every show so far, right, John? Oh man, you're good. John, did I tell you how fantastic my wife is? She's pretty amazing. I'm gonna put these bottles up here, taking the place of the cachaça, so everyone can see the two different types of sherry that we're gonna use. I was lucky enough to have these again at Raven and Rose 2 to work with. Another more expensive, kind of highly volatile because they go bad usually within 3 months. Maybe you can keep them around longer if you keep them consistently cold. But you should taste them. You can actually, they oxidize like wine, and you can taste them change. So to have that nice, fantastic flavor at the beginning, you want to use them a little bit as fast as you can. We are using the San Emilio and the Don Nuno. He's so excited she loves sherry. Who doesn't? That's why we said Tim. Man, we got to send this to him. He's going to love it.
Yeah, sherry, one of the most versatile. I mean, it's crazy how one product from grapes can be the driest tasting.
Right. Like cooking sherry, you mean?
Spirit. I was going to say Fino.
Oh.
Extremely dry, and then on the other hand, the sweetest PX sherry, the Peter Jimenez sherry that we're using tonight.
And then what do you think
And
about
there's a whole range.
Oloroso? Is that one right in the middle then?
Yeah, I think that's correct.
Well, I, in true form, am going to taste them all by themselves. Because I always Need more. No, not really, but.
Enough is enough.
Ooh. So like raisins, walnuts. As far as the PX, richness. You don't like raisins? I'll finish it. It's no big deal.
I like the taste of raisins.
No.
I don't like raisins.
Maybe just a little bit of allspice in the real far background, or maybe clove.
According to the book, one of the cherries is for sweetness, the other cherry is for nuttiness.
I'll give you that. The Oloroso, nutty, a little bit salty, but not quite like dry. Bree's getting really upset, but it's tangy, and a little bit more on the
Which one's this?
Oloroso. A little bit more on the dry vermouth side, and yeah. You know what? You had a really good description earlier, John. I almost wanted to be like a perfect Manhattan like-ness to it, where you get the dryness and the salinity from the dry vermouth, and like the rich vanilla and raisininess
So
from the other.
excited. Keep going.
All right, let's do it. We got to shake. Shake.
Shake it, shake it.
Got my banana slice ready.
John, you're so good.
I see your banana, John.
Oh my God, John. On camera? Bree, will you grab the banana you put in the closet? Will you grab the banana you took from me? Tell me you heard that snort, sir. That was awesome.
Wait, no. God.
Banana. All right, so we're at least halfway up with each one of our shakers with ice. John, oh, thank you. I'm guessing that this one needs to be, this one is just going to be served as is, right? We don't need to serve it on the rocks? Straight up?
Over ice.
Over ice?
You can strain into a sherbet glass filled with ice.
Perfect. I think I have an idea for mine. But we'll get there in a hot minute. You ready to shake?
Yeah.
I'm going double, so I'm tapping. Make sure I get a good seal. Remember, I'm not just going back and forth. I'm giving it a little movement. Have fun with it. And you can feel it on your hands. They're starting to get chilled. You got that ice crystals building up. That frost.
So sorry, I didn't transition to the shaking.
Well, you're shit out of luck now. I'm just kidding.
Oh, dear. I left. So sorry.
Alright, so I only got one set of strainers on me. So I'm going to do this quick, but one at a time. Instead of double.
That seems hard.
I'd have loved to double it up for you.
Oh, it looks so good.
Cachaça 51 version right here of the Elvis Ziggurat.
Ooh, John looks so pretty.
John, yours does look appealing.
Wait, John, do you have a big ball and then some other ice too?
No, it's all just refrigerator ice.
Jesus Christ, John, you got
I
a banana and a big ball on film?
What? What?
We're the worst.
What's wrong
Is
with
this
us?
some bar back hazing or what?
I'm so sorry.
No, we wonder why our 12-year-old's bad.
Right?
Because we're dumb.
We're just 12-year-olds in 40-year-old bodies.
Ooh, Tarts. Why is this a shake and drink with no citrus?
You want to integrate the cream. There's an emulsification process that you want to have happen, and the sherries themselves the density, especially of the PX, would make it fall right to the bottom of the glass. Even if you were to stir it fairly vigorously, I don't think it would emulsify and actually get molecularly combined. Ooh, yeah, you like that? Let me get some ice. And John, I mean, really, you brought it up.
Billy had to one up your one ball for 2 balls.
I had to double your pleasure, double your fun. Thanks to Ama Ebby and Uni Ebby and sorry, Ama Alex. I just mixed that up. It's because I was trying to think of their partner's
Yes.
handle, and I can't think of it because he really gave it to me. Thank you, Kyle.
He's a handle.
No handle? Handleless?
He's handleless.
He's handling a baby, a very
Yeah.
cute one right now. Adorbs. Alright, so... Oh, this is totally gonna go over.
Oh, there he goes. There it goes.
The big... Oh! How about this one? Nope. Alright. Small
The
cubes.
ball's too big.
Big balls. Alright. Regular freeze rice, just like you, John. I tried to get fancy. Alright. Freeze dying, everybody. Good thing she's not on camera right now. Alright. Cheers, my love.
Wait, did you get the banana
Wait, did
dust
you
and
cheers?
nutmeg?
Oh no! God damn it, John. I'm so
Damn it,
sorry.
Put the banana in mine.
Here, my bad. I forgot.
You got excited.
I did get excited. I just thought I made an ass out of you and me so much anyway. Alright, so hey, I'm gonna cut my... We grabbing the nutmeg?
Oh, where the fuck's the nutmeg?
Well, I have enough microplates to make anything work if you could just grab not my normal nutmeg that used to be on the bar that we still haven't found removing. So hey everybody, the way I'm going to cut my bananas today, and I suggest you do this, especially if you don't want to have waste and don't need it real bad. I've done this in bar programs as well. I'm cutting mine in an angle to get a nice oval with my banana, but more importantly, I'm leaving the peel on when I'm doing my cutting because this part can oxidize and get kind of brown, and I can cut that off and keep going, and I don't waste any of the rest of this banana still.
Oh, interesting.
But and then
I
all you
already
have to
peeled
do
my
is
banana, but that's a good tip.
thanks, John. Sorry I didn't say it fast enough. Yeah.
It's okay, I got ahead of things.
No, you're just on schedule, and I'm way the fuck off. But my peel comes off really easily at that point, and it also, I mean, let's be honest, it keeps your fingers a little bit cleaner. That's just kind of the practicality of something when you're working behind a working bar inside a restaurant that you want to keep up with. Here, it technically doesn't matter. We can do it either way. All right, so I have a little grinder. You can either use a microplane or a spice grinder, like I have here. Look, even has a little mouth for the nut when we're done. But we're gonna go right over the top of each one of our bananas with our nutmeg. And then you know what? I want just a little bit extra on top of my ice to make sure I get enough so I get some in the flavor and some on the nose. Alright, wider mouth gets the bigger banana. I'm gonna lay it right across the top on the ice. Yeah, well, some are on purpose and some aren't. Sorry, everybody.
Somebody's clipping this.
Right? If not, Bree's gonna be the one clipping it. Alright, Bree's and mine.
Wait, hold on.
All right.
John, you ready?
John.
All right, everybody, this is Elvis Cigarette.
The Elvis cigarette.
Cheers.
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 Cheers. Ooh, it smells so nutmeggy. Holy shit.
Yo.
Wow, that's a lot of fucking flavor. That's awesome.
Mmm.
Mmm.
Holy shit.
This is delicious.
Oh, I love that.
Holy
I
crap.
knew Sherry's wouldn't steer us wrong.
No,
Also,
we
funky
didn't.
rum. Funky rum, yeah. Oh,
Man, we gotta play with that book a little bit more.
Oops, yeah.
It was up my alley. There's a lot of flavor. There's nobody telling them to cut back on flavor.
Sorry for everyone making a long go. Making a long go. I failed on the agenda. It's okay. It's good.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tar tarts all day. Remind us in December.
Right? We could just do heavy whipping cream and not salmonella. Repeat
Oh my-
again. Sorry, my bad. So, can we switch real quick so I can try your...
Sure.
You'll be alright, nothing. Hand it over.
Mine's better. Mine's way better. I mean, it's good, but mine's better.
Then yeah, I get more banana because it's like of the carameliness.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a banana milkshake. Which I kinda love.
But I
Wait,
also,
you have different drinks?
Yeah,
We do.
he used the Nova Fogo with mine.
which one did you use, John? 51?
51.
But I like the 51. 50. Dude,
Tar tarts, what did you use?
my first few hoorays were of the 51.
Mm.
Quit trying to make this a...
I do want to. I think the 51 is going to win, but I'm going to remake this later with at 9 a.m. tomorrow. I'm going to remake it with Nova Fogo.
John, you got a lot of drinking to do at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Holy shit.
There's like a depthness from the grassy front and the caramely back that you get with the Nova Fogo.
Oh gosh, I'm going to drink this way too fast.
Yeah, but I'm back to this
I don't
being
not
like...
like that. I just like this one better.
I kind of like the lighter part of this. That, I agree with you, is like a banana milkshake.
Mm.
But I don't want a milkshake.
It doesn't taste like that's like delicious.
It's so the difference for me is after dinner drink, mid dinner drink. So it leaves your palate.
This is a dessert first drink.
Right. Okay.
I still-
Sure. Same thing. But like, John, I don't know how about you as far as like the Cachaça 51 version, leaving your palate really clean once you're finished. Whereas I had lingering banana with yours.
I have lingering banana and vanilla.
Right. And I don't have anything with this. So I don't. It depends on what you want. But I still have banana and nutmeg on the nose.
I want this for dessert.
This version is just straight up. I mean, you get the cherry sweetness, cherry nuttiness, a bite from the rum, from the cachaça, and then it just leaves your palate.
Yeah.
It's clean.
You touched on it, John.
It-
You get layers of flavor, and with the Nova Fogo, it's an amalgamation of flavors. However, while I think that could be an easier thing for people to identify as like a banana milkshake, I think if you were trying to like actually get the nuance,
This one
of,
tastes like Elvis.
back hair and
Grass and
I got nothing. I don't know where the fuck I was going with that. I already made the toilet joke. I couldn't do that one again.
delicious.
John, good thing we live in a place where we can get yellow bananas Christmas. We've got a new Christmas drink to do.
Yeah, this is great.
This is a roller skating birthday.
Oh, this is a roller skating birthday drink. All right, noted. Duly noted. We'll keep some sherry around. John, we have another sherry drink we get to make now too with our sherry exploration. Not tonight, but John and I had a great conversation with Adam, the owner of Deadshot here in town. And John was explaining one of his favorite drinks ever in the world.
Whoa.
And where he thought it originated. And Adam corrected him and said that he had actually made that was his drink. And he had originated it. And how much he appreciated that he liked it, but that they weren't actually doing it right. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it's called the Pheno Countdown. It's a rum drink that somehow straddles both shake and drink and stir drink. It has a little bit of lemon juice in it, but it's served over a big cube, so it kind of looks like an old fashioned. Multiple
it?
sherries, multiple bitters, Yeah, multiple sherries, multiple bitters, multiple rums. Um, and I tried making it at home, thinking, oh, I got some sherry on hand. I can reverse engineer this and create this favorite drink of mine. And I couldn't. It's so complicated. It's 9. I counted. So Adam was so kind to give me this. It's a 9-ingredient drink, like. Um, and he told us a story about how the place where I got it, he would get phone calls when he left the country, to travel the world, and he would get phone calls in that while abroad saying, "Hey, I'm trying your drink now, and they're not doing it right. They switch out one of the sherries or something, or the ingredients come and go as far as availability."
Right.
Anyway, it's crazy that he had this this drink catch on. Also, what a great name, Pheno Countdown.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the instant you gave me, we exchanged some sherries last night, Billy, and I made it as soon as I got home, and it's like, yeah, this.
No way you did. You gotta send me the specs. You wrote them down, and I didn't.
Yeah, I'll get you. I'll hit you with those. It's so ridiculously balanced. I personally can do it with a sweeter sherry because I like sweet, but respect to the as written specs, like you can't deny it. It's so balanced.
Now using the Pheno, so the Pheno in particular, or did it always have Pheno and maybe just a little bit more?
I used to request it with a little bit more of the sweet, and maybe that meant a reduction in the Pheno, which was really dry.
Okay, that's interesting. Now I can't wait.
But I'll make it. I'll show you the specs, I guess, or come over. I can make it for you. I got everything now. I got all 9 ingredients.
That does sound exciting.
It took me a while to track it down.
We could. How fun could it be to make just like a 30-minute quick video of just the 3 of us over here making the drink? We could get Bree into it. It's a shaken drink, or it's shaken, right? You said we could get her. We could get her behind the camera, and we could all try and make it the 3 of us at once.
Because that'd be wild.
I can't.
Because it has 3/4 ounce of lemon juice. I shook it.
I would. Yeah. Well, and the sherries, I'm back to the heaviness of the sherries. You have to keep in mind the viscosity of the ingredients that you're using. There is a reason sometimes that you need aeration to get flavors out. In fact, John, the biggest... What the hell do you call it? Oh my god, I just felt like the dude from Love Actually, the rocker. The biggest... But the biggest the biggest misconception is the idea that you can't shake your gins because it bruises, like it bruises whiskey. The idea bruises your gin.
Bruising whiskey.
Kind of over diluting and toning down the flavor so much that you can appreciate what the distiller worked to get into that particular spirit. However, then you have the molecular portion of vermouths in certain things that you have to shake those for martini in specific. Shaking those opens up a lot of the ingredients that goes into vermouth. So basically, I just was saying that how much how we're told things need to be a certain way. But really, fuck the rules. You have to fuck the rules. You have to go with what ingredients you're using and what you're trying to get out of that particular flavor at the end.
There might be something to aerating, aromatized wine, vermouth, or sherry.
And they've said that there is a molecular difference between aerating and aromatizing those things, and you actually release flavor components that are baked into there, because there's usually at least 15 to 35 botanicals in vermouths. So not set those apart and not give them their full flavor. Yeah, it's an interesting argument that's been around for a while, and I think it's stuck in tradition more than it is reality or even science now, as we're learning. But then there are a lot of things that we are steeped in tradition for. So let's get to. We got 20 minutes left, maybe 20, maybe 30. Let's hurry up and I'm ready for some crack.
I mean,
I'm getting tired. I mean,
that was crack. So for me,
Yeah, I already finished mine. This is gonna be a fun night, folks. There's something about the Canon bar book that is just
I want to make
so
that.
immensely crushable.
right. Hell yeah. Well said.
And as you can see, they have fun names like Elvis Ziggurat, DC Crack, Kurt Cobain. One of the other ones I thought about maybe picking was called the Hooker.
Oh my god, I can't even remember. Where's the book right now? It's our. Here's the Canon bar book right here. Are we on my hands?
No, up.
Oh, just kidding. But let me flip through Cherry Blossom.
They have
The
great
Canon
names.
cocktail. That doesn't count.
Look in the back for the expensive drinks and look at their names.
Yeah.
I bet you the expensive ones are.
And that like dessert drink that's in like a milk carton.
The Tramp, Tea for Two, DC Crack, which is my Cherry Fizz, Daisy Royal, Campfire in Georgia. I had that when we were
yeah.
there. Light My Fire, Finnegan Time. But I read about some other ones. You know what? Oh, can't do it. I was like, you know what? Let me look at my phone. Psych. My phone's one of our cameras. Hands cam. So I can't show you, but they do have some odd Ode Man Time.
You up. Well.
Oh,
here,
sorry, my
I
bad.
can do it.
Old Man. No, you're good. Stay there. Old Man Time. Ode Man Time. Odd. Ode.
Is it ode?
Like
Yeah,
ode.
Like
To
Like
someone.
old lang syne.
Yes.
Thank you, John, for fucking
Old
saving
Man
me.
Time.
Once in a while, I get it right. She's still ready to catch it.
I think I'm saying it right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's
I
see.
think it was like
Weird
Alton Farm.
Washington Mule. Oh, John, this is my almost pick. The Mezcal Buzz.
Up.
Oh, ooh, the picture looks great.
It does, doesn't it?
I think I'm gonna make all of these drinks.
Mezcal.
Mezcal. Yeah, I think we just got to make them all.
Right?
Yeah.
We might need some centrifuges and calf springs, but we'll do it.
Cherry Fizz.
get through it all.
Hey, if anybody wants to help us out there, get us to the level. Start hitting us up on Venmo and PayPal, and maybe we will absolutely put that money towards the centrifuge, so we can have some clarified citrus at least. Yeah, hell yeah, we want to do that because, like, let's be honest, John, we would love to share like how it works in real time with everybody. I would even do all the. I would be happy to do all the clarifications, like, and make a video of it so everybody can see how it worked. It starts just like I started with lime juice tonight, though, just the regular twisting, and then you get to the refinement. Yeah, you use that juice and you put it in those Spinzall centrifuges. That's at least Deadshot, what Deadshot was using last time I knew it, and it actually has a consistent hose where you can do almost a gallon at a time
Whoa.
of product, which is pretty incredible for us. Otherwise, those centrifuges normally had fixed sizes and fixed like bottles that would hold on the side, and they would take a while to several hours for it to go through. So yeah, it wasn't practical for the average American bar.
All right.
All right, let's do this.
Get at this.
Bam.
Get some crack.
Let's get some crack. So, hey, Marion Barry, at least I could be mayor. We've all been there. Thanks, Chris Rock. So we knew I could not pass this up because they used Marion Barry shrub, and Mayor Marion Barry would smoke crack on film. Yeah, that was fantastic. If you're from my era, you remember seeing that over and over again.
DC Crack. Got
Right.
it.
Any chance they could get to like re-show that. Look, he did crack. So I got a chance to make plum Marionberry shrub based on the Canon cocktail bar book. I tried to scale it down as much as I could because it started with 5 pounds of fresh Marionberries, which, John, don't come into season until literally today. So that shit was not happening. I had to get some frozen Marionberries from last season. Still local. You got some too. I used frozen Marionberries.
Thank you.
We scaled it down. My pleasure, sir. You know I like making this stuff. It literally warms my heart to create these things. And get to try their version of it. And then instantly while I'm doing it, my brain is like, I want to add these 3 ingredients to like slightly tweak it just a little bit. It's just
Did you
me.
eat that?
I did not.
Oh.
I tried to be good and true to
Practice
the.
restraint.
I did
I'm
once in a
proud
while.
of you.
Thanks. So let's start off with what we're gonna do and what we actually went and got out. Got High West double rye just for this particular cocktail. I used to.
The book calls for, or rather, the bar had their own special Canon specific High West double rye.
Just
That was
made
just
just
for
for
the bar,
them,
but-
yeah.
Whoa, really?
So
Yeah.
we're approximating it here with what you could find.
Right. It was supposedly even more rich than what they commercially made. But you know what, John? It inspired me to do so because I actually was happy the price wasn't as expensive as I thought it was going to be, and the only place that I've actually been able to work with and sell this is at Raven and Rose, and that was pretty fun. It also gave me an idea that because everything there was really expensive and high end, I thought this was a lot more too. So I'm excited to give it a shot. And you know what a fan of rye I am, in particular because I love that spice level on the back end.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that with me. I'll get the accurate Canon experience. But one could make this with. I was just gonna make it with Rittenhouse. If that would probably be okay, right?
I think it would be okay. I think it would be a little too rich, to be perfectly honest with you, based on the flavor profile that I'm getting from this double rye itself. They're different creatures. They're different depths and spice levels. I would say if you were to Dinkle rye, I believe.
Dinkle or Dinkle?
No, there's no wait, not Dickle. There's Dickle rye, and I like that. No, it's no Pikesville. I'm sorry, I couldn't get Dickle rye. You know, is my go-to for regular wells, but Pikesville
Yeah,
rye. Pikesville rye, I would. This is a little bit closer to for me, but almost a little further away from Rittenhouse, a little bit closer to Dickle. Do you agree? Now that you taste it, a little bit brighter than Rittenhouse?
It is, yeah. You could use Dickle, because Dickle's brighter.
Right. It's just a little bit heavier than Dickle, right?
Okay. That's good. But if you go Rittenhouse, okay, so you miss out on the brightness. But Rittenhouse is a good product, so.
A great product. And you know what? The Rittenhouse would have a nice richness with the Marionberry and the plum. They kind of marry well together in like a deep... Stop it. You stop it. Anyway, we're stirring this drink, so we're going to do... well, I have my Yari here. We're going to do 2 ounces. I'm going to start with the spirit again because I'm feeling crazy today. I think it's all the fumes that I'm getting from my electric oven heating up, or even if it was gas, it'd be the same. But we were heating up our pizza stones for after hours. We got par baked pizza from Scotty's tonight. Yeah, apparently one of the best in the country. What's up?
No, we're Pizza City.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're Pizza City. We're lots of city.
Oh, that's got to stir some controversy. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll get into that in a moment, or several. But in the meantime, let's get an ounce. Let's get that drink because we need another one. Let's get an ounce of Marionberry plum liqueur, which John I
Thanks
brought.
for making this.
My pleasure.
It's
Thank
strawberry
you.
liqueur.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said shrub.
I said liqueur.
I meant shrub. I said liqueur. The reason I did both, though, John, is I'm a little mixed up, and I meant to transition into the fact that I added just a little bit of extra alcohol to this. Thanks to my fantastic wife making. We've mentioned it on past shows, but she helped construct a calculator for me to figure out the alcohol content in products that I'm making. Basically, because I want to make sure that I'm making, like, some products I want to be shelf stable, and especially like my bitters, I want to be able to dilute them just enough, but still make them like a potable ingredient, so more than 43%. So within that, I went ahead and added just a little bit more alcohol to, and just Everclear, just a neutral grain spirit to this one, John, to make sure that we were at 23%, a nice shelf-stable place to be, so that we didn't have to take up too much space in our refrigerators. I know we have limited real estate at this point in our apartments, right?
What was there was a spirit in the shrub?
There was already a
Original
spirit, yes. And
What
we
was
have
that
it.
spirit?
Zwack! Zwack attack!
Down.
Zwack!
Down. Down. Oh, here we go. Now go. Go up again. Whack attack.
Whack attack.
Doesn't it feel like a Mentos commercial? Zwack!
And then I think of like Saved by the Bell because you said whack attack.
Oh, like Zack attack. Oh, Morris. Anyway,
Nice.
John, you want to taste this and know what it tastes like? Or, I mean, we're already burning the midnight oil here, buddy.
Oh, the thwack.
I don't.
If you
I
have
think I did. Okay. All right. Yeah. Why not?
Zwack is like goulash. It's Hungarian. And it is a.
Oh, this is Hungarian. Gosh, I saw the cross on it, and I'm thinking Swiss.
No, it's actually from the beautiful Budapest, Hungary.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it is a plum liqueur. Made all the way back in the 1800s, or the 1700s, 1790 to be exact, like most of these botanical liqueurs. Long before we started combining them, liquors were made regionally to, based on the botanicals that were available for the most part.
Right. You know, it smells awesome, actually.
It's
It
delicious.
smells a little bit spicy.
Mhm. What do you think?
But it's pretty sweet.
It's
Not spicy at all. It's easy. It's not sickly sweet.
no. And it's 80 proof. It's 40% alcohol. Which is why we were at 21% all by itself, which is like teetering on that border, and I just of oxidization. So I just wanted to tip the scale a little bit. That's why I added just a little bit extra alcohol to it. It should last us a little, like literally a year longer because of that. But yeah, I like the spice to it. There's not, I mean, it's jammy, right? Like it's kind of juicy and jammy. Does it remind you of anything in particular, John?
I was thinking of a Amaro, but it's less syrupy. It's not sickly sweet. It's easy to drink. It's even less bitter than Amaro. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I had an idea, but
It's,
I got thrown off by Bree's Jaeger comment.
It just
It's
smells
so
like
fucking
Jaeger.
The
far,
Hungarian
so
Jaeger.
far from Jaeger that I was just like, I was so
It smells.
disgusted by that
Ye-
comment.
I mean,
couldn't even,
Jaeger.
like,
Can't
I
even-
lost
Jaeger's
my
an
brain.
Amaro.
Yeah, shut up.
It is an Amaro, but this
Jaeger's-
is not. This is a liqueur, and it is. I feel like it's missing the multiple layers of bitterness and botanicals that an Amaro would.
It is a little more one note than Amaro.
It
Right.
is. Agreed.
And yeah,
Swag.
I think I'm just bitter because I lost my train of thought of what I was like. I actually had like an idea of like I was like, this is kind of like, and then I heard Jaeger and I was like, what? I felt my soul pucker. What?
So something that we haven't done on this stream is stir with soda. What?
What?
It isn't. That's because it's fucking unheard of, John. How dare we? But at the same time, I think we should just try it because it's not
Let's see what the book says.
right. And just like we
Let's see
said
what Canon
before, why does there have to be all these rules to something? I'm getting 3 dashes of Ango in, and I'm going with my
Oh, that's right.
true dashes of Ango before I get my soda in.
Yes, Ango and then soda. Yes.
And then soda, which I was so proud to see you grab, John.
You have soda?
I do, but just like John, I had one that I opened yesterday when I was, the day before when I practiced this cocktail. Oh no, that's not a good sign. Oh, we're good actually. Has a good amount of citrus, or it's carbonation. Okay, so for this one we're only going to do 1 ounce, and here's the heads up for everybody. As soon as the carbonated, especially mineral water, as opposed to just soda water, hits your aluminum jigger, it's going to have a quick chemical reaction. So you're going to have a bunch of bubbles that could push you over really, really fast. So either get ready to continue pouring and dump it right into your Yari, or kind of give it the first pour and let it settle, then then go for the next pour. Right to the top, make sure you hit that meniscus. You want a full ounce. That's what it calls for. Now, I'm gonna get a little bit of ice. At least a third of the way up my Yari, and third of the way up my mixing glass. By the way, John, I gotta find out about the Yaris that we saw, or the mixing glasses that we saw yesterday. Very curious about where those came from. Really simple and clean, and smaller than I expected, but they're probably quicker. And y'all, I'm gonna grab a bucket or a double rocks glass right now. And this is technically a juice glass, but I'm gonna use it. Well, in restaurants, it's actually called a juice glass by Libby, the company that makes them. But in restaurants, I've seen them used for many, many things. In fact, they have a matching, they go up and down in size. No shit, here. Look at, we already have one here. And then, that's not, we have another one that's that. Almost the exact size too, that is almost a shot or is a shot glass, and then they go all the way up to pints. So that's what I'm going with though. It's going to fit this really, really well. And one quick heads up, I do this wrong a lot because logic always tells me that I want to catch, when I'm using my julep strainer, I want to catch any of the mint that it was designed to catch. But it's so much harder to make it work well for you. Make sure you're actually holding your spoon in this way, or your julep strainer this way with the scoop down. Go ahead and pour it right into your cup. Sean, I'm gonna grab a cube now and add that to my, you know what, I'm grabbing a ball. I'm gonna lie. Balls. Might as well at this point, right?
But this is the first point in the book. Book kind of introduces these cocktail concepts as you go through the book in page linear order, and this one calls for a 2-inch big rock, a BFC.
A BFC. Hold on.
They say a 2-inch square or 2-inch cube,
which I have right in the drawer, believe it or not. But with the shape of the glass, I want, because of the glass that I picked, and it has a little bit more of a narrow bottom to it. I want to go ahead and use this. It should float to the top.
Ooh.
Bring the glass right to the edge. We were already talking about balls and bananas today, so really, let's bring it full circle. Speaking of balls, and we need a lemon peel for the garnish for this one. And I 100% agree, I couldn't agree more with this. Marionberries and plum. Lemon oil is the flavor, the secondary flavor that I need to bring out the true flavors for each person's palate, for everyone's palate. I'm going to use a knife because I want to go a little bit heavier. John, you can use a peeler if you want. I'm just gonna bring my knife towards me. I always cut towards my thumb. Make sure you know that you're usually not gonna cut actually against your thumb. And I can track. And the way I'm tracking is I'm seeing the width on my knife. And I know I'm staying at the right depth that way. Now I want to cut it down, cut it off, get my spritz all over the top of that ice cube. Because I want those oils to stick there. And I'm going to try, here's why the cube is better, John. And you have your cube. Your cube isn't going to spin like my sphere. So that's going to be a little bit more superior in the glass that you have because you are going to be able to have that lemon smell for every sip that you take. Mine might roll. I'm going to try and tuck my lemon in right here so that my cube doesn't roll too much. But remember, that'll dilute my lemon oil just a little bit, just for my nose. Not for my palate, but just for my nose. All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Dude, that's gorgeous looking.
Let's sip this quick. My food is arriving.
Cheers.
After hours.
Hey-o. Pizza time.
Cheers.
Oh man, I'm spilling this shit everywhere.
Oh wow. Whoa, the nose on this. What? Vinegary, plum. What?
Me.
All I smell is
I
hot
had one
pizza
too.
stone.
I have one.
Bree, you smell anything but hot
This
pizza
is
stone?
sort of an old-fashioned template,
Ooh.
with plum, shrub, a little bit of soda.
I gotta disagree. Sorry, go ahead.
I've never tasted a drink like this.
What do you disagree with, Bubble?
I am a butthole. Thanks for that. That means Bree's hit her limit of the night.
Are you gonna say this like a highball disguised as an old fashioned?
Dude, that is actually very perceptive. But no, I was gonna say it's a punch disguised as an old fashioned.
This is a punch. What the heck is a punch?
Why?
Well, minus we don't have any direct citrus juice or the contemporary punch, which was a sherbet filled, which gave a viscosity, citrus and sugar. It has to do with the soda and the shrub, John, which is why I have to argue about the old-fashioned part. I agree with it in its look that it falls into that. It's an easily discernible category visually within that, and because it has a peel matching its side. However, and because of the cube, I understand all of that. But I also know that I could serve this to you in a different style glass with a different style peel, still having a cube of some sort in it, even the 2-inch cube, and you would have a different opinion. I think. So I think that I could serve this to you in a coupe with a cube, a 2-inch cube, with a lemon peel expressed over the top, as well as a lemon, like, you know how I love doing channel peeling? So you'd express the channel peel, so you'd still have the same lemon flavor with a big long lemon curl in it, and you would not invoke anything about an old fashioned, and you would still like think of it as a great cocktail. Does that make sense? Oh my god, I love it.
I'm still unclear what a punch is.
Yeah.
Oh, usually I'm not even going to try and...
Sugar juice and...
I don't know the definition. I don't know the definition well enough. Bree's going to check it out real quick for us. But punch usually has a little bit of soda in it. It usually has a couple of different ingredients within it. So it's got a sugar. It usually has a sugar base, a juice base, and some sort of like dryness from it. Beyond, like, so I'm always thinking a lot of punches, sugar, orange, and a lime juice. You know what I mean? Things like that where you have a juicy note and a dry note. And I think you get the dry note from the vinegar. I think you get the juicy note from the Zwack and the Marionberry themselves. I think you get the soda portion from it. I think, obviously, molecularly, this would be different if we would have shook it. as opposed to stir it. But I think that technique is in your mind. I'm okay with being wrong on this. You know I am. But in my mind, I feel like technique is swaying judgment to.
A great punch is a fine balance between spirit, citrus, sweetness, spice, and dilution.
What did you hear? Did you hear that, John?
I did. Who said that?
I don't know. Difford's Guide for Discerning Drinkers.
I was hoping you were going to say like Dale DeGroff.
Oh my god, I would have loved it. Yeah.
I mean,
Or who's the guy we covered?
Jim Meehan?
No, the legendary barman.
From Savoy? Oh,
No, earlier than that. Jerry Thomas.
Yeah, Jerry Thomas. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, so that's something. Yeah.
Good grit.
Because punches,
Gregarious
I
incarnate.
feel like punches were bigger 100 years ago than they are today.
I agree.
100 plus years ago.
Which is why I think
Huh.
that if you were to take, like, based on punches that I've been involved with pre-prohibition and post-prohibition, if you were to take, let's say you had this glass given to you and you walked into a room and it had a cube in it and you were to walk up to a punch bowl and take a ladle and pour this in, would it be any different?
It would be the best punch I'd ever had.
Yeah, but could it be a discernible punch? Would you argue that it was a punch then? Not making it, would you argue that it wasn't punch then?
let me taste it.
I guess not. It kind of fits the. Yeah, you're kind of
Or watered down old
suggesting
fashioned.
to my mind.
Yeah.
I taste
It
more
kinda-
old-fashioned.
Okay.
Only because I associate punch with sweetness.
Right,
So
and
that's
but
like totally my. Because you're right though, if it's like a balanced drink, then maybe not.
it's really sweet. There's a shit ton of sugar in this drink, though. If you think about how much sugar is in, for me making the shrub
with
itself.
the very, very green.
I gotta go pick up my food. I'll be right back.
We'll see you in a minute. Bree and I will argue about this until then. No big deal.
I just don't like. If someone poured that to me out of like a ladle, I'd be like, where the fuck's the sugar?
Okay.
Because when I think about punch, I think about sweetness, but that's not necessarily alcoholic punch.
Yeah, what do you
It's like jungle juice.
bridal
to me.
bridal shower punch you're thinking of, or like,
Yeah.
or
just
someone's
like
mom
punch.
took like snuck
Lion
a.
punch.
I snuck a yeah. That's not.
That's not punch. I get that.
Yeah, I mean, hey everybody, anybody out there, I could totally fucking be wrong. I am open to the argument.
But
of the whole
like
thing.
to me, like who have only recently started drinking old fashions, it does remind me of an old fashioned.
But that is why, exactly why you can't. In my mind, you cannot discern the difference.
Yeah.
Because
I
in your
get
mind,
that.
there are like 7 categories of drinks.
Well, sure. Okay.
Name 4.
Old fashioned, Negroni, Manhattan.
Those aren't okay.
I don't know.
Those are kind of dissertions of drinks, but yeah. Okay. Yeah.
A daiquiri.
There you go. 4. Nice. But like, where you have something like a highball, or you have something fizz, or something served in those glasses, like tarts. It's not a punch. You could serve it at. It's not a punch you could serve at prom, but damn tasty. Bar. Church bar. Yeah. Yes.
I want more banana drink.
Preach us back on the bananas. I'm not saying that it wouldn't. So that was, I guess, the argument that I was trying to have for everybody out there. Tarts, hang with me because John's not here. The argument that I'm trying to have is that yes, I could see that like technique, glass presentation draws our conception to something, but that doesn't necessarily make it so. And I like that part. I don't. It doesn't have to be so, and that's fantastic. So Yeah, I'm appreciative of the fact that it has different layers of flavor. It has soda water. It pops off. You kind of have a that it doesn't have to be necessarily an old fashioned. I would never expect to have a twang of vinegar in an old fashioned. I mean, an old fashioned to me is an old fashioned, whereas you are a simplicity of sugar, spirit, bitters, and each thing you can denote the flavor of. Whereas these are more of an amalgamation of flavors.
Yeah.
And there's the other part. If I were to squirt a little bit of citrus into this, and even in a stir, and I weren't to shake it, you would still have, that would add a little bit. In fact, I made that for you just the other night. In an old-fashioned glass without the soda water. So, and you were like, this is really good, what is it? And it was the exact same thing, it just had a little bit of citrus added to the citrus juice as opposed to citrus peel at the end. Tarts, you feeling me? You here? Come on. Tarts Kenobi, you're my only hope. Yes! Thank you for that. Love it.
John, are you back? Did you get pizza?
What did I miss?
I don't know.
You missed Tarts saving me from the galactic invasion.
Really just, like, I don't know. It's the punch.
I went off on a punch tangent. We got some pizza to eat up.
Oh man, I'm hungry.
John, are you ready?
What are you eating?
Apple. Here. Got fiber.
I had a banana. I get it.
Apple and bananas.
Bananas. All right, should we go to a break
All right.
and get ready for after hours?
Thanks y'all for joining us for the cocktail portion. Let's go eat.
Stay tuned for pizza!
Hooray! Portland's the best pizza city in the U.S.
Woo-hoo!
Controversial opinion? We'll decide.
I'm okay with that. I'm
Alright,
all about
bye, y'all.
controversial.
See you soon.
You should see my underwear.
Stop it. No more about your underwear and balls and bananas.
say, turn off the alarms!
Hello, everyone.
You
Free
guys
Josh
just for fun.
We're burning our apartment down. Hold on a second.
You got that renter's insurance.
Oh Christ! You hear that? That is my younger
Golly.
heart. That is the younger version of a heartbeat. That I hear around my house, John. Do you hear it? Mallory! That's what I hear from the two of these. I'm the belly kid, apparently.
They all tease me that that's how I yell at Billy. Billy! Billy, where are you?
I'm like a Bollywood video is what I am. Hey, that's nice.
What he just talked about balls.
Hey, that a boy. He's right on page. He wasn't even here for the rest of the show. We told you we were raising him right. All right, Dave. Good call. Shh. Zip it or I'll break your hip. Just kidding.
Your
No, just
pizza's
joking.
over here.
Do you ever remember that Old Man River joke?
What's that?
It's the Old Man River joke from Big Daddy. We just recently introduced our kids to that Adam Sandler film. That's our era.
I remember that movie.
So he was,
Well, not
yeah, he
that.
was like, I remember his girlfriend came back and she was like, and he had adopted a kid and she was like, that's not what I wanted. Look at Sid, he's got a 5-year plan, and Sid was like 65 years old. And he's like, you mean Old Man River? Or the guy was like, oh, you sound like my youngest grandson. And he looked over and he was like, hey, Old Man River, I'm going to break your hip.
Shut it or I'll break
Shut
your
it or I'll break your hip. Thank you. Totally lost it. So, yeah, that's one of the benign threats I like throwing around in the world. I've never broken anyone's hip, John. I'm not a very violent person at all, but yet there's something comical about the idea of how put down any of us would be with a broken hip.
I severely doubt that you have not broken anyone's hip.
What?
I mean, you got the strength. You got the strength to do it. Like, easily just snap.
That's called good parenting, y'all.
I bank off that. But back to pizza, John.
What a weird transition.
He's still walking, folks. Even with a mouth like that, he's still walking just fine. So everything's all right around here, really.
I'm not able to update who's sitting at the bar, but Lorian is back to comment on
What?
some prudent child training.
Lawyer, thank you for making it back for the elephant portion. In fact, I threw 2 more in just to make sure that we could continue. Based on Bree and my recollection of how quickly we finished ours last night, I want to make sure that we have enough to really take a wide swath at the full palette that is elephant. John, do you agree? All done.
Since the last time I drank it with my dad, it had a brighter label, and it didn't have this slogan. Probably the best beer in the world. It's in the glass. It's not even on the paper.
They committed to it, right? It's not even on the paper. They can change a label, but a bottle's pretty expensive to change, right?
Yeah.
John, what
Carlsberg going hard.
Woo woo.
Right?
Lauren, you got your pizza?
We got
Yeah,
a pizza.
I'm sorry. I just got stuck on the fact of how many penis jokes we could come up with in one show, from bananas to balls, that Carlsberg's coming hard. I can't ignore it when it comes to me, John. It's like T-ball. I gotta swing at it. Like it's already on a tee. Like,
So while the mic was off, I was saying, Billy's when I met Billy, he was so clean at his restaurant and in front of guests. But now I'm part of the family, so
Yeah,
I'm
it's true.
really a terrible person.
barriers are coming down. Okay.
All right, John. What kind of pizza? Where'd you get pizza from?
Ranch here in Portland. And you got pizza from a different place.
You mean the best pizza state in the U.S.?
Best pizza. You mean because we're Portland's now been crowned Pizza City.
That's right. That's what I was trying to invoke. Oh, did it come across?
Yeah. We just read this article. Someone, people going all over to major American metropolises and surveying the pizza. Of course, New York City, very famous for pizza, and they said, well, they have good pizza, but a lot of the places that are classic now are kind of old hat and not doing good anymore. And there's just so much variety in Portland.
Yeah.
Not just New York style pizza, but many other styles of pizza, and Portland has it all. So apparently, we're in the best pizza city.
I believe it. Now, based on that argument, I believe that. Because we can get New York style, we can get artisan, we can get Neapolitan, we can get Chicago style.
Right. Yeah. And hopefully soon, Portland style. What do you think? Would that be sizzle pie? They were on the list.
Yeah. They were like original pizza. We've never been there.
Dude, I would still argue Taste Bud.
Yeah.
I'm a former employee of Taste Bud. What? Mark, shout the fuck out.
Is that Portland pizza?
That is Portland food cart pizza. I think Mark was the first person to put like a fire oven on a food cart. So basically, his entire cart you don't get in. It is a wood fire oven, Italian. I think it's a Neapolitan designed pizza hearth is what I believe you call it. And he would drive it, and he still does Portland farmers markets. That is that he has a brick and mortar in Multnomah Village that I got a chance to work with. He's a great guy. I didn't work there for long based on other things, but like he is an awesome person. His family's great. His daughter, who's like going to college, almost finished now in England. She was doing all her college in England. Like, they're a rad family and cool people. But yeah, I would argue that like because they are taking stuff from the relationships that they've made at the farmers market. They are taking whatever is the local ripe ingredient at the time and turning it into like an artisan pizza. So they didn't make the list either, but like they're great.
But they're still around.
Yeah. They've been doing bagels and pizza like to keep them alive. And I don't even know if they have dine in yet, but they're doing it smaller.
That's awesome. I want to check them out because, Alex Laud, who was in the chat earlier, he and I used to live in San Francisco, and he and I love this pizza place there, Serrano's, on 23rd and Valencia, and I had a Brooklyn guy taste it once. Alex and I are from the West Coast, but guy from Brooklyn came over there and he says, I like this place because they're not trying to imitate New York pizza. They're doing their own thing. Mm-hmm. And he gave great respect for it and went there frequently. Stop trying to imitate New York pizza. Do your own thing. And I'm interested in places that do that, like Taste Buds and Ranch. I'm not exactly sure where they got their thing, but this isn't Chicago. This is in New York. It's square pizza that's meant to be dipped in ranch dressing. Controversial opinion that
I love ranch.
Ranch put ranch on everything. Yeah, get it in Portland.
God, we're doing Scotty's, which does New York style, although like it's got their own flair on New York. Like it's not typical New York style. And then they do a Sicilian
I haven't
too.
had that one.
It's delicious. They were out of the Sicilian, so we couldn't get that one.
Well, and I love that argument, John, that they made because like there are 900 places. I'm being very conservative, I'm sure. Not at least 900 places claiming that they are making like the best New York style pizza within New York proper. right? And they all can't be wrong and they all can't be right. But for you, but they are all entrenched in like such a tradition. We found this, John. You and I have discussed this in Japanese food. I find it in pizza. I find it in certain things where we want to like. I do feel fortunate in that, as far as culinarily, being able to rip open the rules in America so far, and the place that I'm at. I don't know how accepted that is around the world, but I know, like, just like Chicago style and just like New York style, like we're talking about, people are so quick to argue, oh, well, that's not New York style, or that you can't do that here, that's not New York style, or that's not Chicago style, you can't do that here, like, and almost snuff out the differences in places that they want to keep tradition alive. And I'm not bagging on tradition in any way, because it creates it tells history and it keeps history alive, and those things not forgotten. But at the same time, like, what limits sometimes that puts on creativity. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Portland, very creative. A lot of people, a lot of transplants, and a lot of urge to do the local. We don't care what anybody else is doing. Let's do our thing.
Right. And let's use local great ingredients, because we're lucky enough to be in a place that has fantastic ones. It's what got me, like, back into having this creative mindset and really inspired after moving here. Like, look what I can do with the product that I have here. It's you and I talked about it. I desperately still want to live in at least 3 other regions in the world for their unique ingredients, because I want to challenge my palate and I want to challenge myself to know what I can do with what I have in front of me. It's kind of my pride and what I can do with what I got.
So Loriander chiming in on the pizza argument. Chicago would be difficult. Need a spoon because it's casserole time. Yeah, that Chicago deep dish. It's too much. And I've been told that that's a tourist pizza, that Chicagoans have their own thing that they get. Very thin, comes in a bag, a paper bag.
Really?
Yeah, like deep. I mean, you can't eat deep dish all the time. That's insane. It's one slice of the meal.
Can I be blasphemous?
And it also mentions. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, please. You finish.
Well, Lorian also mentioned Italian Naples pizza. Totally agree. I would have gotten my favorite pizza here in Portland, which is Neapolitan style, but they don't deliver. Nostrana. Excellent pizza.
What was
Sorry,
the
what
kind
were you going to say?
What was the kind that we tried to get tonight? There was another kind that we tried to get from Scotty's that we didn't get a chance to get.
Sicilian.
Sicilian style. That kind
Which
of
is still today.
Right.
Not quite Chicago.
Well, I was gonna say, in a blasphemous way, I'll say that, like, I have a strange nostalgia and appreciation for Pizza Hut's pan pizza,
Like pan pizza.
based on the Chicago style, or based on the Sicilian style, probably originally. Or the quote-unquote thick Chicago style.
Yeah.
But having, like... Hey, here's what, and here's why, Loriander. And it's okay if you want to unfollow. Here's why. Consistency, and remember that Bree and I are older than we look, and we are older than we look. And, so we remember a time when both, like, I actually remember a time when McDonald's made hamburgers with real meat. Like, I remember distinctly
That probably still happens in Denmark.
distinctly being like, no, yeah, and we've been in Sweden and having, like, Japan had good product in their McDonald's. But
But I
In their
distinctly
McDonald's, okay.
in their McDonald's, yeah, I distinctly remember being a child of, I want to say 6 or 7. Google will determine whether or not this is right, but and having a distinction of being like, why did this change? I don't get why this tastes different. Why did this change? And I was lucky enough. My grandpa took me there very rarely, once in a while, but all of a sudden I was there, and then maybe there like 4 months later, and was like, why does this taste different? I don't like it now. Like it changed. It kind of changed it for me. So I remember when things weren't as commercialized as they are. Now, when they weren't made to make such a profit margin that was so fucking far and above, and not the same profit margin that any local restaurant ever can make, because they don't have the same distribution. So don't think your local restaurant's making a McDonald's wage profit margin at all. But bye, Loriander. Great seeing you.
Sorry about the Pizza Hut.
You'll be all right. You're tough. I can tell you are. But so Pizza Hut, John, had a consistency of an oily, like a nice olive oily, like bubbly crust. They did within their like commercialization of it. They had a consistency of a good like deep dish crust that is a hard thing to get, because you can go from burnt, like buttery, fantastic caramelization to burnt in like that. In fact, it takes a cast iron. It actually takes a cast iron pan to get you there. I think anybody who was watching us from Chicago is probably asleep, but if they were awake, they'd be like, cast iron! I'm fucking telling you.
That's New York, but
you don't know enough.
I just detected Boston. And anyway,
yeah, that was a little Boston.
I'm kind of like a shitty asshole of like pushing together East Coast and mid America, Midwest like voices.
So John, can I see the bottom of your pizza? Like, is it thicker or is it like?
it's a little thicker, a little chewier.
And it's square.
It's square.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Ranch's thing. I'm not sure what style they're trying to imitate, but they just said our stuff has to be served with ranch. This one came with 2 ramekins of ranch. I didn't have to ask for it.
Try ranch.
You know, I didn't want ranch until now. Thanks,
I know.
John.
I was like, damn it, we didn't get any ranch.
Oh, and you know the article that you shared on your Instagram, that was not mentioned. I was a little sad. Ranch makes me very happy.
Ranch makes me happy too.
I'm not sure what they're trying, who they're trying to be or what they were inspired by, but it's just good pizza. Not New York, not Chicago. So, and another controversial thing is I got Hawaiian flavor. So there's pineapple on there. Big chunks of bacon, some basil, and jalapeno.
Ooh, love it.
It's great pizza.
That sounds
One
like
of my
real
faves.
good Italian, or a real good Hawaiian.
Hawaiian is like, to me, Hawaiian is like Canadian bacon, pineapple, jalapenos, and then the basil kind of takes it over. I'm with that.
I'm so
But
happy.
yeah, there's a lot of controversy about
I
this.
like pepperoni, pineapple, jalapeno myself. I
Yeah.
want the saltiness. That Canadian bacon's too fucking
Hammy.
benign for me.
You want more?
Not enough salt. Either like to combat the sweetness of the pineapple, or to fight the spiciness of the jalapeno.
Tell everybody about the Scotties you got.
The Scotties, we actually got their supreme and their cheese, which I would love a cheese if you're gonna make it more for us. I'm gonna get that's a great baseline for me for a place. But we got pepperoni, mushroom, olives. We got their supreme pepperoni, mushroom, olives, and then green chilies to finish it off. Not green peppers. which Bree and I were all about, because that bridges like our jalapeno desire and our green pepper desire.
That sounds amazing. Oh, I
And they
love
got
green pepper on pizza.
me too. We got it adds a nice tanginess, right? Like a brightness that kind of cuts through the
I could use
fattiness.
that ingredient on any other thing, but if I had to have a plain pizza with one ingredient, I might pick green peppers.
What? Really? I could see that being a beautiful pizza, but I wouldn't have expected that.
If I only had one,
You'll
I
answer
love.
one.
So you picked a supreme pizza, which is like as many, almost as many ingredients as possible, like the everything bagel.
Right.
I like that. I like that. Strong flavors, lots of flavors. But if I had to pick one, green pepper is beautiful. Green bell pepper.
I want to try that now.
But
Just
I don't know where else
cheesy
it's useful.
pepper. I
Well,
agree.
with cheese.
I'm a-
I'm assuming cheese and sauce.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
I would always, and this is the way I'm raised though, is that I would always have to argue that there would need to be onions on there.
Really? We don't have onions on this one though. Are you missing it?
And
Oh,
it's
I love
just
onion,
because
though.
I have onions and garlic. I don't know. That's what I was raised. Like my grandma, even if we didn't have onions cooked in, or even if we did have onions cooked into the meal, she always had fresh from the garden sliced onions and garlic and tomatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, my entire life. Maybe whatever herb.
Like just
some
like in a
herb.
bowl, right?
Oh, on a plate.
Like a plate.
Like slice perfect, just laid out. So you could just take a whole slice of the whole thing yourself, put a little salt on it, and dive right in. Hey, I gotta point out though, more importantly, and not more importantly, but
Pop-up pepperoni.
we got
Whoop, whoop.
pop-up pepperoni. Always a fun thing. Bree's favorite. I've learned to love it even more.
Yeah, like
In the
Pizza
last
Jerk was the
18
first
years.
place. Was the first place in Portland that I found the pop-up pepperoni, and now it's more frequently used. But
What's the difference there?
so it pops up when it cooks, like it curls up, and it looks like a little like dome of pepperoni, and it like collects all the oils inside. It's delicious.
It's just smaller pepperoni. If it
Yeah.
were larger pepperoni with
So
a
like
larger
from a smaller
circumference.
stick, it would lay
I
flat.
feel like that's what ranch uses as well, but there's no pepperoni on this one.
I love me some pop-up pepperoni. It's a thing.
Oh, another thing
Tartarts,
about
I agree. This is controversial. We know it.
the most controversial episode ever. One other thing about one other thing you would like about ranch is that they have a location. The closest location to you is inside of Bear Lick Brewing.
Ooh, I didn't know that. Did you know that?
That's a twofer. They make good beer.
Twofer.
Get some good pizza.
I was just talking to an old buddy from there this week over email, Eldon, who was like their head sales guy and helps with the brewing, I believe. He and Jim have always treated me incredibly well, and I think they're a great company. And I think anybody who I can try and introduce them to is a little bit for the better for knowing them. We should,
Yeah.
Haven't we done them
It's
on the
one of
show?
few, it's one of the few email like newsletters that I remain subscribed to.
It's very like.
Really?
Yeah. There's so many that you buy I don't know a pizza, a beer one time, and then you're signed up through
And you're
Square, whatever, for forever. And I'm like, no, unsubscribe. No, I never opted into this, but Bear Lick, I like it. I'll let that slide.
I like them too.
They're good people, and they're not afraid to just be like normal.
My favorite was during
You're
the
right.
pandemic when they like, yeah, we're just using gin. We spray off all the cans with gin. I loved it. Way to pivot, peeps.
They pivoted well.
Yeah.
They had a beer garden in their parking lot.
They're one of the first people to do delivery,
Mm-hmm.
beer delivery.
We started getting them right away because they did delivery.
Oh.
And then to save money for both of us, because I found out it was like it costs a lot for the drivers to actually like drive that
Yeah.
out and like do it. I started picking it up and had the greatest time like just seeing the bartenders, whoever were outside of the beer garden, kind of navigating a new weird space, and yet trying to be hospitable first and foremost, and trying to be kind and welcoming, and also like protective of everyone. It put everybody. No, I won't even say us. I wasn't there. It put everybody who had to deal with it in a really strange new position that they had to navigate cautiously and kindly, and yeah, they got through it really, really well.
Yeah, they
I'm
did a great
impressed.
job.
And shout out to Eldon, who has always been such a kind, cool dude, and Jim as well. I wouldn't have even known of the place if I didn't meet Jim, who was like such a super nice guy. I met him at Ankney Tapping Table, and I was like, fuck, I want to like do whatever I can to work with these folks.
Yeah, they're good peeps.
Yeah, they're good people.
That beer's delicious.
And they have a lot of good delicious beers.
Yeah,
Eldo's World is still one of my favorites from them.
Delicious.
Like, that holds a benchmark, but I don't think they're allowed. I'm probably going to get in trouble for saying it. I don't think they're allowed to sell it anymore.
Why?
There was a lawsuit
Did they get
based on
copyright
based on Elmo's World for the
He was
PBS.
green. Come on.
Yeah,
Yes.
he looked like Elmo, I guess.
Yeah,
Maybe a little, kind of made out of hops. I don't know. I thought it
was
was a
cute.
great tongue-in-cheek
delicious, though.
play on words, but yeah. Anyway, I guess I'm like analyzing the idea of the picture now.
So, John, I want to make some space. Can you tell us, since we're drinking elephant beer, can you tell us your experience when you first taste elephant beer?
Oh, yes, we have to talk about our beer and our shot. Holy crap. Elephant. This was the first beer I ever tried because it was virtually the only beer my dad drank when I was growing up. And hope no one's, hope the police aren't listening in, but I was
I think we're past that.
15, 16, and my dad said, "Here, try this." And I put the elephant beer to my nose, and what am I getting into here? And so when I found this elephant beer, which isn't that easy to get anymore here in Portland anyway, I stumbled upon it the other day. Got it for this evening, and
Thank you.
I'm going to share it with my dad tomorrow.
Yeah!
A bit here. Oh yeah, he's going to be stoked. But anyway, I said, what does my dad know? I poured it for myself, put my nose in, and just, how the olfactory is closely tied to memory.
Yeah.
Like,
Hands
it
down.
just immediately triggered, oh, this is the first time I tried beer. And there was a certain nostalgia to it. Of course, at the time, I hated it. I was like, what?
Oh, yeah.
This is what you drink, Dad? This is awful. Beer? What? What the hell is beer?
Why would you drink this? I remember that's what I thought the first time.
But now, nostalgia, first of all. And then I tasted it, and I gotta give props to my dad. There is something. It's not. The bottle says on the glass, probably the best beer in the world. I don't know if it's the best thing I've ever tried, but there is something complex and interesting about it.
Yeah, and it's smooth.
I don't mean interesting in that like dismissive, like I don't have anything else nice to say. It's good. It has an interesting flavor up front, and then you let it kind of subside, and there's another flavor that appears. I'm like, what popular beers have that these days?
No.
From a major beer manufacturer.
And it's not like us Americans where we're like, oh yeah, the first beer I tried was like Bud Light and it tasted like piss or whatever that we all say. Like, this is like complex, delicious flavors.
Especially for something as light as a Pilsner.
Yeah.
And an alcohol wop to like make it worthwhile drinking. Something that turned me off from beer for the first like decade of my life, not of my life, but of my drinking life.
First 10 years of my life.
First 10 years, I couldn't even get ingest beer. It was amazing. I was a 10-year-old, just like, this is terrible.
Thanks, drunk.
But no, it was more. I got a stomach ache and very full from things like Keystone and Bud Light at 3.5%, long before I ever enjoyed any like relaxing or even inebriating points of that. Whereas I can appreciate the flavor of this beer and have that same effect and actually be able to enjoy that part of it without feeling like I'm gonna like throw up long before I ever got a buzz.
Yeah,
essentially,
it's really delicious.
yeah, easy to drink and more complex than much more complex than Bud Light or any of the super light Pilsner style or American style Pilsner beers that are out there. Even her Krell.
Yeah, I can't think of any other beer that tastes like this.
No.
And I may be biased because of the memory, but I've gotten pretty good at tasting in my later years, and I like a lot of beer, I like cocktails and liquor, and like, who else makes something like this? This is so fun to drink. Like, yeah, imagine being introduced to that in your formative years of like, all I knew was Keystone Light, or
Right.
and even in the the hot market today of here in Portland, IPAs, which are a similar percentage, this doesn't taste like that. It's not super hoppy. It doesn't taste like it's 7%.
No.
It's just what? This is what beer can be.
Right.
Yeah, it's super smooth and yeah, I'm excited to have tasted it again as well.
I gotta put it in the freezer, hopefully.
And I think it was, and so I always seek it out for my dad, but I think it was just by coincidence that on the stream we talked about it,
Yeah.
right? That
With Loriander, yeah.
It started with, wait, you're in the Elephant Club as well?
Yeah. He went to
then-
Sweden
and
and
then-
then he drank it for the first time. Was
I
like
drank
hooked on it.
plain
Got it everywhere.
Plain Carlsberg
No, you had
first.
elephant there too.
I did, but I had
Yeah.
plain Carlsberg first, yeah.
And then Alex Law chimed in with like, oh yeah, John's dad loves that beer too. Yeah, I remember that. And then Loriander, hold up, what?
Loriander put the
They
brakes
have
on.
they may have better beer in Europe, but this was the gateway.
Yeah.
Right.
Agreed.
You know, hey John, what an amazing thing it could be if we could go to Europe and actually like taste some of the other beers that they, not just Loriander, but others can claim to be better expressions of that beer, and we could talk about that. Like, how amazing would that be?
We should go to like Germany, drink burnt German beer.
Right, all of it. Like, have a little like we
Do
could
it.
do a
Mercy
northern,
therapy
we
on
would do a
tour.
northern European tour and then a southern European tour. We'd have to save for each one, crowdsource some funding, possibly.
We could
On a
just
prior episode, I think we talked about, the Wheel of Fortune. Now we're in Florida, funny Florida, and now you're talking about Europe. I'm like, yes.
let's do it.
I-
No one
Let-
wants to go to
I never
Florida.
wanted to go to Florida, just to be clear. Caribbean,
Shoot for the
maybe.
moon.
Florida.
Shoot
no.
for the moon, and then you will at least not land among
Uh-huh.
the Floridians.
In Florida?
No, thank you.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, Floridians. I like Florida. I go there too. But for beer, I want to know what's up. What do we
Let's
what do we
do
get
it.
in Denmark? What do we get in Germany, Belgium?
Right.
Love it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Copenhagen is known for its breweries, especially.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Thirsty therapy on tour.
I love What you pour in there, John?
So I haven't poured my shot of the night. I'm sorry, I'm a little behind.
Toby.
We're like 6 for 6 on great drinks. How many drinks have we had?
I know they were delicious.
13, I think.
13.
And all 13 of them were delicious. And now we're adding one more. The bartender's handshake for Ned.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the bartender's handshake piece for some reason.
And do you remember me telling you why this was the bartender's handshake when we first met?
We discussed this on the stream, but yeah, say it again. For new.
Do you remember? No, do you not remember? Specifically, it's because bartenders will fucking drink anything. That's why.
But there's like hazing, right?
No, but hold on. This is
No,
interesting.
no
hazing.
hazing.
This isn't. We're gonna drink 99 bananas.
Oh yes!
I haven't thought about 99
Well done.
bananas in forever.
I don't even know. Did you know about it before I said it?
We had banana liqueur, creme de banana on the stream earlier today, and you said, "Whoa, this is so much better than 99 bananas." That's why I said it.
Okay. No shame in that, John. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I
I
haven't
just
thought
had
about
to-
99 bananas in
bartender-
forever.
Bartenders won't drink anything, but they will like hone in on like, what is it? What is this Fernet Branca? Like this is a strong flavor. It's interesting. It's complex on its own. It goes into cocktails,
We will try.
but
anything.
it's not mainstream. We'll try it. Yeah. It's not.
Right.
Yeah.
Not saying we will like anything, but we will appreciate something for all its complexity and flavor, much more beyond the regular person who wants to just deal with the like, oh my god, that's so bitter. You know, like, and it is. It's just like Underberg, which we talked about. A digestif that could be, depending on your palate, could be extremely off-putting. And then to a bunch of us, I mean, thank goodness Bree's been trained very well, if nothing else, but she's always had a good palate and really like strong flavors of cheeses and stuff like that. Like, she appreciates it, but some people I've had Lundeberg or Fernet, and they're like, oh my, why would you give me all those things? I can't even discern. It just tastes like too much. Like,
Tastes like Bernie.
big dogs hitting my face.
Sorry, I still can't get over the 99 bananas because I totally forgot that was like a real life thing until you said it.
I remember like an ex-girlfriend being like, we're gonna have the best party ever. Look, we got 99 bananas.
What
And I
did
was
we
like,
mix it with though?
No, almost nothing.
Yeah, we
Maybe
mixed it with
coconut
stuff.
something.
Yeah.
Like coconut rum, which was like even worse. To do coconut rum and
man,
fucking
that's
99
funny.
bananas, like, you're still at 69%, 69 proof alcohol.
Sorry.
120%,
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah. So I think the last time we discussed the bartender's handshake on the stream, I told the story about how I was in a speakeasy in New York City and sitting at the bar with my friend. Actually, the friend who commented on San Francisco pizza earlier, but never mind that. Anyway, I was sitting at the bar, and people are kind of it's packed. People are sidling up next to me and ordering drinks through me, but even though they're not sitting at the bar, and the bartender's pushing out drinks very fast and spills one on me. I remember the stain on my pants that night, and just it's like. Not even before the spill had everybody had reacted to it. Like, oh no, you spilled on his pants. But before that reaction even set in, the bartender was in the well, got a bottle of Fernet, poured a shot, said, sorry about that. And the Fernet was passed out to me before I had even processed what just happened. Like, that was his gut reaction. I just give him a shot of Fernet and remake his drink. No problem. Problem solved.
He had
And that's where I learned about the bartender's handshake.
He had an idea that you were supposed to be there.
And that Fernet would buy me off.
Yeah, and that you would
he was
appreciate,
right.
and that you would appreciate that. And what a in a nerdy way between you and I. Not that I give two shits about the camera catching it, but in a nerdy way, you and I, what a respectful way to try and deal with it right away, rather than being like the like, oh, I'm so sorry, like, what can I do to like blah 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 blah. Like, I know you'll understand. I know you don't take this too seriously. Thank you for being just chill about this. And that you couldn't have a better compliment from a bartender. Think about when you and I have been out, and I'm always like, I make sure to like make people know that in I hope not an overly subjective way, or I hope not to be too pushy about it, but I want people to know that they can be comfortable when we are on the other side of the bar with them. So I almost instantly want to make sure that they know that we are aware of the ups and downs of what the industry is, and like, and the comfortability, and knowing that like we understand if you make a mistake right in front of us, because that's not a big deal. Whereas like other people, I can't believe anybody who hasn't been in that situation could be judgmental or subjective to that particular situation. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I like that I know you as a person, and I know that you wouldn't have to do that the same way I feel the need to. And that bartender just felt that from you. That, to me, is a cool, impressive thing. And you made the bartender comfortable. Do you know what that takes? That's a cool shit. That's some cool shit.
I hope so. I felt a little. I didn't fully understand the Fernet practice at the time, but I knew Fernet. All right.
But now that you know, does that make a little more sense?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, actually, that makes the memory even better.
Yeah. He wants to give you your drink back, and that's all he had to do. But he wanted to go a little bit further for you in a quick way to let you know, like, I know you understand, but I really am sorry that happened. That's a cool.
And also that he would. It's showing rather than telling, because he had to go make 100 other people's drinks. This was a very busy speakeasy style bar in New York. I could tell that he was sweating a little bit. I mean, otherwise he wouldn't have made the mistake of spilling the drink, right? Mm-hmm. Things were moving quickly. I understood that, and he couldn't take the break to really apologize to me eye to eye. It was like, this Fernet's for you, buddy. Like, let me do this other thing.
I see you.
Thing. I see you, but 100 other things going on. Hold on.
Right. Yeah. But like, I couldn't do that for a lot of people, I guess is my point. Like, I've been on that side. In fact, you've been on the other side of the bar when I've been on that side. We've been in that very situation, or a very similar, at least, situation before to that.
Where you feel you couldn't make up for something, or?
Where I knew I had to just do something in a moment to help bridge that gap. For you, less after we knew each other long enough. I knew, like, I had a grace period.
Oh yeah, the worst thing that I felt was like, am I imposing upon Billy? Oh God, Billy, please take care of your other business. Don't worry about me.
Right. So it's but
after
that guy.
Enough.
Right, after long enough. But that guy knew that, like, I don't know this guy, but I know that, like, he seems respectful enough of the environment and of what I'm doing. He must have an understanding for that. And you don't have to necessarily do the job to have an empathy to the situation. Yeah. Whereas every person who has been on my side of the bar or my side of the table as far as servers go know that there are people that go through restaurant situations with no sense of empathy to their own. Everybody's got some shit that goes on Thanksgiving, John, where something doesn't go right, and Graham is upset about the fucking mashed potatoes messing up, or Graham, but I didn't mean that. I was like, literally, I didn't mean Graham, but I meant like a grandma, or you got somebody upset about, or is it, that's never come up, mashed potatoes, but like, You know what I mean? You have these things going on, but when people go into a restaurant, they expect some sort of perfection that is almost unattainable in some senses. So the fact that you somebody was like
that, yeah.
this guy
You
has
get
some
it.
sort of sense about him that gives that allows me to have this unspoken communication. That's some cool shit,
Yeah,
dude.
It was cool. Might also be the New York bar scene at the time. Yeah, right. Like maybe
Yeah.
what casualness would not fly. Portland would be okay, but maybe a smaller city. Yeah, I don't know. If I move to a smaller city and get my start in a dive bar and I spill a drink on someone, do I bust out the bottle for net without a hesitation?
No. Exactly my point, sir. Thank you for iterating that. It takes an understanding from the place that you're at and the person that you're dealing with to know that you can do that. I can't
That's right.
do that in even the suburbs of Portland necessarily. People will be like, "Why did you give me this
Right.
burning dark water?" What corner? I think I taste mint and hell in this liquid. What the fuck is this? And you're like, really? You don't taste a gentian?
If I
A
wanted
little bit-
toothpaste, I would have gotten ready for bed. Yeah.
Right, right. Exactly.
So, the bartender's handshake. Bartenders like crazy shit. Fernet Branca is crazy shit. You should drink it too.
Hell yeah. Can I now bring it back? That was, by the way, clip. Hold on. Clip. Anyway, John, that is the perfect transition into now. How does Fernet hit you differently than Campari and Fernet earlier in the day? Now.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, this just to back up, this whole week has been, I don't know, just the world reopening, feeling like, am I a little bit sick? Oh, I don't know. I'm trying all these things. I'm around people, maybe sharing a drink. I'm exposed to germs. I better ease my digestion with some Campari and Fernet, aka a Ferrari. And that's been wonderful. But now just straight Fernet. I mean, it's such a dessert. It's hardly sweet.
Mm-hmm.
It's just rough menthol mint. I don't know, palate cleanser. What are you getting at, Billy?
How much harsher it is without the Campari and the ice.
Oh my god! With the Campari, it's so sweet. What's funny is because I don't think of Campari as like this sweet, inviting thing.
Never.
Yeah,
Campari has
no,
its own
it's bitter.
bitter roughness, but it's funny is it makes this sweet.
Yeah, 100%. And it's funny
And
you said the Mentha because we're not talking about Fernet Mentha. We're talking about Fernet Branca.
yeah.
And I forgot to share Fernet Mentha with you. And if I would have, we would have a taste test. We would have the fucking third or fifth Pepsi challenge that we had tonight as far as flavors go. But we'll do this for another night as soon as I get you some Mentha. And we'll actually taste the difference between the two because it is not overpoweringly different, but slightly different and shockingly different. But yeah, you do get a ton of not only the bittering agent on the front end, but a ton of mint and mentha on the back end, which is not just mint, it is wintergreen from, of all things, it's birch. And I can't remember if it's Icelandic birch.
It's birch.
Birch. Birch gives us mentha. Right? Again, this thing is packed with useless knowledge. and for and mentha comes from birch. It's a now they make it synthetically. Wintergreen is the other term for it. Now they make it synthetically because it could be Icelandic birch too. I can't remember the distinction, but yeah, it's birch bark that has like a mentha note to it. That overpoweringly like peppermint, but even longer than pepperminty, which I just expected to be another leafy green because my grandmother used to grow peppermint and spearmint together in her garden, and I used to love going out and picking it, eating it with fresh strawberries, or just eating it all by itself. I was a geeky little kid. I loved just taking like a whole stalk of mint and then just walking around her garden and eating one leaf at a time. And now I just remembered why I love doing that, how I started that. John, do you remember the movie The Golden Child with Eddie Murphy?
I don't.
Okay, so I'm a big fan of Eddie Murphy ever since my born again Christian neighbors introduced me to Raw by accident.
That is not a sentence I like.
My best friend
Raw?
at the time. My best friend at the time
Eddie
is.
Murphy Raw.
I won't even say his name, but his parents were born again Christian preachers, and they loved Eddie Murphy from something benign, and they were like, Eddie Murphy Raw came out, and they were like, awesome, here's Eddie Murphy. And I remember, like, I distinctly remember them putting the VHS into the like player and leaving, and then coming out like he had an older sister. He had an older brother and an older sister, but his older sister was like 5 years older than us, and like she freaked out, and the parents came in and like shut that shit down in a heartbeat, and pulled out the VHS and was like, show's over. Because I don't know if you know Eddie Murphy Raw, but that shit is
Not.
fantastic.
Yeah, it's amazing. Amazing, but like uptight parents, they'll freak out.
They aren't gonna have it.
I love Eddie Murphy. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, you'll have to. It's
Is that the McDonald's? Is the McDonald's bit in that?
McDonald's. Yeah, I think. Oh no, wait, that
Or
was
is
in
it
Delirious.
Delirious, yeah.
I forgot where I was going with the rest of that because I just got too entrapped in the idea that I got to see Eddie Murphy in that first time in that child. I think I was 6 or 7. They were like, "Here's a new Eddie Murphy show. We love it." Or he's so great. He's so funny. And here it was like, "Suck my dick." You know what I mean? We're just like, ugh. Hear me, I was like, yeah. Everybody else was like, oh. Yeah, it was pretty perfect.
Nice, I love that. Yeah. He's been do clean lately.
Yeah, for the last like 20 years.
Yeah, if anybody has to know him in his Disneyfication.
Right. I forgot where I was going and Bree's texting, so she doesn't know where I was going.
Sorry.
either.
What'd you say? I can get
It doesn't even matter. Are
Yeah,
done
you
with-
got an Instagram post to share, Bree?
No,
I don't know.
I was talking with a fan. It's okay.
Okay. It's okay. I'm trying to, text people, coax them back into the room.
I'm gonna sneeze again.
Cows.
No. Don't pinch my nose. Rude.
I stopped her sneeze.
John,
Johnny,
you took a COVID test, right? I took one last night for the first time.
Me? Yeah, I've taken 2. A slow one and a rapid one. This is a long time ago.
Swishing hurt really bad. The nose part.
Wait. Oh, from the rapid in your
Yes.
nose.
Yeah.
It hurt.
Hurt me. Hurt my soul.
Hmm.
Billy's like counting super slow too, and I'm like, stop! It's too slow. It hurt.
That wasn't that bad. Makes me wonder if they did it right.
It's alright.
Yeah,
But-
wouldn't you rather me be cautious? What is it?
That didn't hurt enough. Could you dig around in there a little bit more? I want to be sure.
I know. I was like, it's touching my
I didn't feel it in
face.
my teeth. Could you get a little lower?
Oh, it's a weird time to be alive, man. Every sniffle, you're like, shit, I have COVID.
There's only one disease in the world right now.
Right?
Right?
No
It's
flu,
like,
no
it's just
common cold.
allergies, cold. And, like, they're all so much more probabilistic, but I'm just like, I have COVID, I'm fucked. Like,
And not to spread the fear or anything, but you said you knew someone
yeah,
who
two of my friends who
vaccinated.
yeah, 2 people I know in California that were vaccinated just tested positive for COVID and both have symptoms. Sucks.
And the vaccines are supposed to be so effective, and it's not 100% effective, right? But people
Well,
think
Only so
Delta's
effective.
screwing us. Yeah, and the Delta's screwing everything up. So,
there's this new variant that.
yeah.
This will be an interesting
but also-
archive.
But we don't have not again. Let me dial back the fear, because we don't have a good intuition for the fact that the vaccine does actually help with it. It's less effective against it,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean that it's
No, you're still, and there's still she's really high risk, and she's still like okay. So, like she has asthma, like really bad respiratory stuff, and she's like so far so like okay. So
the news, and I want to say this on like conservative news and liberal news, both use the same word, rampant.
yeah,
This variant or whatever is the thing of the day is running rampant through community. Insert community here, and while the vaccine effectiveness is lower, the fact that you're vaccinated and the fact that so many people are vaccinated, it makes me hesitant on the word rampant.
yeah. Rampant's a harsh word. Rampant's like
Like-
wildfire.
It makes me think that this thing is gonna just stomp all over my
Yeah.
90% vaccine and turn it to 0%.
Right. I mean, like,
Oh,
the numbers
yeah,
from
no.
Israel are, like, suggesting, like, 64% effective, which 64% effective is still better than nothing, and, like, severe disease is low, so...
We're not going to encounter hospitalization numbers or
Right.
case numbers as nearly as high as a year ago, right? Or even 6
Yeah,
months.
very unlikely. Especially here, where, like, we're in, like, a low-risk, like... There's not, like, 200 cases a day is, like, unheard of for most states. Like, 200 plus. But it's freaky. Like, it's just this, like... The only thing that I'm, like, a little worried about for Oregon is that we were just like, let's drop masks, let's open everything up, and then it's just now starting to spread here. So, like, in a place where we have, like, we've had relatively low cases over time, we have a high vaccination rate, like, it still has the potential to cause more problem here.
Yeah,
So
what
we'll see.
shitty timing, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
So it's almost
We'll
like
see.
we should have opened up when, like, LA opened up, so at least we had, like, a few weeks to party before it's, like, spreading. And now it's like, just kidding, here it goes.
Something set back Oregon, I want to say the Pacific Northwest, like Portland and Seattle specifically, where all my friends in LA were fine. And I was like, you're fine? Are you okay? No, there's something's going on. And I checked the numbers and I'm like, wait, LA's flatlining. And my city is spiking. What
Yeah.
the hell did we fuck
What
up?
the hell's going on? Yeah.
Yeah, wait, are we spiking currently, or you were saying just previously?
No, sorry, this was a while ago.
Yeah.
It's just funny that Seattle and Portland kind of had this last spike that the rest of the country did not have.
Well, we seem to spike later, which is why I'm a little worried because like most places have seen their like Delta kind of like variant spike like recently, and like we're usually like a month or 2 weeks behind, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
I can
But-
see that. Not necessarily. Seattle's more of an international hub. It's kind
Well,
of-
Seattle was like the start of it all, so they in theory have more like natural immunity plus vaccine immunity, so like it could not impact. We have less like natural immunity due to people with infections and like an increase like vaccine immunity. So in unvaccinated populations, it could like really screw things up because we've had low cases throughout the entire pandemic. So
Everybody gets
More
their
people are at
vaccine now at this point.
So
then-
get your vaccine if you don't have
God,
it.
seriously. Even if you're not sure.
Yeah. I'm very snotty. Sorry.
Where you work with these numbers, right? Not
I
to-
mean, not directly, but
Big-
indirectly. Yeah, indirectly, but not directly. I had done some COVID stuff at the beginning of it all, and then like slowly had to like relinquish some of that because it was just too much on top of everything else. But I do work like in like kind of the space of infectious disease and like public health, like that arena. So let's just say the numbers from Israel aren't making me feel super great about life. We shall see.
Wait, you are feeling great?
No,
or not.
I'm a little hesitant. I mean, the stuff from Israel now, they had a super high vaccination rate really early, and
Right.
they're now experiencing a lot of like, kind of breakthrough stuff with the Delta variant. So we shall see. But
Oh wow.
they might be doing a booster. So if you got Pfizer, you might be getting a booster soon. We shall see.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Specifically that one,
Yeah.
Pfizer.
Pfizer's making a booster. It's close.
That's the only
to
one.
me.
That's the only one making a booster so far that I've read about.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So. We shall see.
Well, on a lighter note, I didn't think I would have another type of pizza, but I did.
You did it! Did you dip it in ranch?
Oh yeah, plenty of ranch.
Love it. I'm
Let me
missing
take some of
ranch.
this.
We're gonna get some ranch pizza.
What's your feelings on cold pizza or day after pizza?
So I love cold pizza. Me and my daughter are like cold pizza fans. Tate and Billy are like, meh, no cold pizza.
I hate cold pizza.
They'll heat it up. Like they'll eat day over pizza, but they have to heat it up first. Whereas like Zoe and I are like, I cannot be bothered. I will have cold pizza for breakfast.
Yeah, nothing tastes like it's supposed to taste as cold pizza. It's a whole new, unique creature at that point.
But
And
it's
that's-
delicious.
And that's cool if you like it, and it's awesome. It's even better if you don't. Just
It's
kidding.
a new delicious creature. Yeah, it's not the same creature. It's a new one, but also
Right.
delicious.
And I can't hate on it. If you like it, you like it. I can't be. I'm not mad at you for it. It just I can't. I gotta.
I want to see Billy get mad at me for liking.
Right? Like, so for the most part, I will fucking microwave my pizza, and I hate microwave pizza. But I would rather take a microwave piece of pizza and shove it in my face before it fucking cools and hardens into a congealed glob
Gross.
before over eating it cold.
I'd rather eat it cold.
I know you would.
It's gross.
We've met.
I know.
Cold. Wait, hold on. Cold out of the refrigerator or like room temperature?
Cold
off.
out of the refrigerator.
Yeah.
I will just take it out of the
I like room
refrigerator.
temperature pizza.
I can't be bothered with having to heat something up again though. Like it's too irritating for me. Like it's like I just want pizza. I want the cheese and I want the sauce and I want it all. But like
she eats to live and I live to eat.
The amount of time it takes to like heat it, I will not eat microwave pizza. Like that's just not. So it's like refrigerator or like heat an oven up and heat it up. Those are my two choices. And so it's like, yeah, I don't have time for that. I'll just give it to me cold.
I'd rather eat it in the oven, heat it up. But I'm just saying, I'll eat it microwave before I'll eat it just fucking cold.
Yeah, I used to bring cold
Garbage.
pizza to school for lunch.
Yeah,
like that was my
garbage.
favorite.
Well, that's room temperature pizza then.
That's
exactly
room
what John is describing.
But I'll eat it
in
out of the
Arizona,
fridge,
it might
too,
be 90-degree pizza. Really,
gross.
let's
That's
be
like
honest.
botulism pizza.
It's that sweet spot, is what she's saying. Of like
I had like a cooler bag. It wasn't like
sweet spot of like
The
salmonella
botulism
and E.
sweet
coli.
spot, got it.
Right? It's botulism. Hooray! You don't have salmonella or E. coli. Botulism. You hit the sweet spot. Great.
Wait, Billy, do you sell for botulism?
All the time.
not in that hashtag. Not in that.
No, actually, to be here's my nerdiness for just to insert it in. You actually have to have a non oxygen environment for the botulism to be able to be created. So
You might have botulism.
that would be
Attach your
almost
nerves.
impossible for pizza. Do you feel me? Like. So, like, the same reason why if I do a vacuum seal on an infusion, like, or make a shrub, and we vacuum seal it, we can only do it for 48 hours, and then we have to cut it open so that you introduce oxygen back into it so botulism can't form. I had no idea before I got into this fantastic career that was the thing.
Yeah.
Does it still work?
About that.
No.
They're both broken. I think they got the...
So wait, we were just talking about cold pizza. Daddy's opposed. You and I are on board.
Do you like cold pizza? Just tell everyone.
I love cold pizza.
She loves it like
Yeah.
mama.
All three of you are
Yeah,
broken, but that's okay.
all
Three of
right.
us. Tay doesn't.
Oh,
John. John
Zoe,
likes room temperature,
and
though.
John.
Hey, mama.
John.
Wait. Let's get the cat and dog in on this. What do they think?
Could you see Lila?
Lila
Did you know
will eat
Lila
We
was
need,
right
we need a
here?
tiebreaker. I think we need a tiebreaker.
Lila will eat anything.
Lila
so
will
she's,
eat anything.
She's team
the
cold
cats
pizza.
will eat nothing, and Tate is. So we're tied 2-2. John, you are
Right,
the
Tay won't eat
tiebreaker.
cold pizza, right?
So I guess we're cold pizza, but I'll starve rather than.
Why do you like
So,
cold pizza?
It's okay.
I love just leftovers in general.
When it's cold, I can actually like eat the crust, and then also it does taste better.
I agree. I'm with you.
Wow. Well, father-daughter rivalry right there. I saw it in your
Boys
face.
versus girl over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, some people live their politics, and I live my food.
Right. 100% understand.
Thank you. Politics, I could give two shits about. Like the food, like,
What are you doing?
you do what to your sushi? I'm just kidding. No, just
100%.
what do you
Food
do?
is
over
the
there?
truth.
Right? That's all I try and spit. As much as I can. It'll lace with some goofy bullshit sometimes, but hey, we get there.
Did you like your pizza?
Why?
Did you like your pizza?
To me, it's like not burnt, but a little different.
Yeah, it got a little dark.
It's fire cooked. So that's that is one thing we got to bring up, John. Is Zoe brought up a great point of how her pizza tastes a little burnt. Scotty's does wood fire pizza,
like super high.
super high
fire
heat. Soda's taste bud. I'd say that like spans like you got to make sure that you know you can deal with the one that the style that you like, right? Like so.
Yeah.
They have a little more of that charred taste, a little more like wood fire richness to them than we'll say, I don't know, Pizza Hut, for example. I don't think they're using wood in their pizza ovens. Purely for consistency, really.
The hallmark of a large company.
Uh-oh.
Right.
How can we do
Exactly.
I know.
Homogenally, like really.
Modularly?
Homogenally.
What,
I have a
what's
hard
going
time.
on? What's going on there?
Hold on.
Ew, what's he doing?
Homogenally.
Yeah.
Better?
He took his teeth out.
Anyway.
Is that what's Toby's
I
laughing at?
have an enunciation issue sometimes. No, she's laughing because I'm trying to grab her nose. Because
Right
Okay.
after he took his teeth
she
out.
stole mine hours ago, and I didn't appreciate it, so I'm trying to get hers
You
back.
don't have a nose?
I know this whole time. She stole it hours ago. I saw it in between her thumb and her pointer finger.
Got it.
She ran away with it, and so at this point, I'm like, I need to at
Billy,
least
that is-
take hers back for
It's
ransom.
bad. It's bad.
That is silly to live without a nose. This
Yeah.
whole stream.
How
Yeah.
could I eat? I'm barely tasting the
No
flavors I'm
wonder
trying to
he didn't
describe.
like the drinks I liked.
Right.
There you go,
Right.
right there.
That
But you
banana drink.
literally just took your teeth out. Gross, man. Gross.
What? What are you talking about?
He
Teeth-
literally does.
Teeth don't just come out. You see? Now I have some ransom.
Your eye, he poked you in the eye.
Oh, here, let me poke it in the real eye. Let me just make it better. Better? Oh, good, good. I got this eye. I got this nose, I mean. I put the eye back.
Broken, you broke her.
And I'm wondering,
The eye taker.
could you give me my nose back, and then I'll give you your nose back? What do you think? No?
Where is his nose?
She put it in a box in her.
Right there.
Oh, there it is. You brought it to the showdown? I don't think that was smart. You don't bring a knife to a gunfight. I heard that once.
What?
I have it right here.
I got it! I
I
All right.
still have it.
Ah, nuts! You're good. You're strong. I love it. All right, well, we're gonna wrestle here, John, and I'm gonna try and get my nose back.
I just ate your nose.
You son of a!
Transitioning to
Hate it.
thirsty wrestling. Wrestling therapy? We're working on the title. Okay,
Yeah.
stay tuned.
I like it. Stay tuned. Here's the the Roddy Piper move. No, that wasn't the Roddy Piper. That was
I don't know.
they were two twin brothers from Russia, I think. Anyway, we'll get there later. You know, I'll look them up. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
This was a fantastic
Yay,
tour de force.
pizza.
A food and drink, and yay pizza.
Yay, pizza! Thank you to Scotty's. Thank you to Ranch. Thank you to Fernet and Lairds and all the other flavors we had tonight. Thanks for everybody showing up. Tarts, you're the poo. It's great hanging out with you.
We love you. Bye.
Love y'all.
Oh, it's Tate. Hello,
Hello,
Tate.
Tate. Hello,
Hello,
fellas.
tall Tate.
Okay,
Hello,
bye.
tall Tate. Bye-bye.
Bye.